To start with today, in honor of the Queen's passing, I will play a traditional... I don't even know how to do a British accent. A traditional song. Bloody hell.
By the time you hear this, it's old news. The Queen is dead. Yeah, fill it with air. Yeah, dead air is great on a podcast. So fill up your bagpipes while we're recording. For those not watching, Jacob is struggling with bagpipes. Have you ever used these before?
This one's dedicated to old Lizzie.
Is that what they called her? It looks like you're... It looks and sounds like you're wrestling a fucking animal. And you're losing. For those that are listening, I highly recommend checking this out visually. I don't think that's how bagpipes are supposed to sound. And that was a traditional British folk song.
Hit it! Top of the morning to... No, I can't do it. You give me a British accent.
Hello, governor.
Say anything else besides that.
That's not a knife. No, that's a knife.
Spot of tea. Ooh.
Spot of tea?
Spot of tea.
Spot of tea. What? Rest in peace, Her Majesty herself.
Fun fact, Queen Elizabeth started her day with bagpipes.
Well, and that's how we started the podcast. What else did she like to do? Did she have like a drink or something?
Yes, she did. And this is what we are drinking in honor of her today.
What are we drinking here?
This is just a gin martini. Apparently she drank like 3 of these a day.
Oh my God. So we haven't even tried this. Let's cheers it.
Yep. Cheers.
Oh wow. I'm scared. I'm not a big fan of martinis.
All right. To the Queen. Oh my God. Oh, that's so much lemon.
It's actually it's not as bad as I was.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yep, on the swallow, there's a lot of tart. I can feel tart.
No, it's very, very tart.
I can feel the tart hitting my heart.
I don't know if I can blame.
And I did not mean to Dr. Seuss that, but the tart is hitting my heart.
I don't know if that's the gin or the vermouth.
I mean, I will say, like, it's
aftertaste isn't horrible. Yeah,
it's not as bad. I was expecting straight gin.
Can you imagine if James Bond, when he took a sip of his
he acted like
martini, he did like, oh.
He went, "You shook it, didn't you?"
I don't.
Or
know.
you stirred it, didn't you?
I think this is shaken, not stirred.
What is the difference?
I don't know.
You still mix it.
Yeah, and like
don't mix it with a spoon. Mix it with a fork. It tastes different.
What? Well, I think stir or shaking adds air to it. Maybe that's my guess.
And stirring it just makes it taste like a. So this is what she would drink every day.
Like multiples.
So, I think she was queen for 70 years.
I know. Also, her pet name was Cabbage.
Is there a backstory on that?
Probably, but I'm not going to read it.
How do you, a pet name? What's the...
She liked cocktails and champagne even in the morning.
Well, yeah, that's the only way you can deal with fucking the British
Like, can you imagine being just like the queen walking around just shit-faced with all your corgis?
Well, dude, it doesn't matter. You're in charge.
But like,
But you're also not in charge because they have a government. But you're on the money. And you're just have, and you just have money because you are the money.
Yep.
So
you are the money.
Yeah, because like, but you, did she never have a Miller High Life?
I don't know.
Or is that not classy enough?
She was an alcoholic.
Oh yeah, you have to be. You're British.
That's fair, yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know if she ever tried like American. Like, did she try whiskey and shit like that?
Yeah, but I feel like British, like a lot of people drink like British ales and stuff, and even that like British beers kind of suck.
Does
They're
it?
just like light and simple and just like basic.
Yeah.
There's probably have some listeners in the British areas, Britain,
Yeah, there you go.
the UK.
It's great.
And a lot of people, I think Guinness is popular over there.
Yes.
Guinness is okay.
She did not have a driver's license.
Well, why would you need one?
Yeah, like every money has her face on it.
My grandma doesn't have one.
But Lizzie drove.
Wait, she drove without?
Yep.
Wait,
She was legally allowed not
Lizzie.
to have a driver's license.
what did you call her?
Lizzie.
Sorry, I know her by her pet name, Cabbage.
And then she was also homeschooled. Like
She became
80 years ago.
Yeah, she became the queen when she was 26
Fuck.
in the 40s.
That
Isn't that insane? She became the queen younger than we are now.
That's
in 1940,
so weird.
like 42 or something.
you
Like that's what is that? World War One, World War Two,
wait, was that the middle of World War II? It was, wasn't
the
it?
40s. Yeah, I think so.
Because World War II ended like mid to late 40s.
So she
I
was
thought.
born like during the Great Depression.
I mean 96, 97 years ago. I don't remember how old she died.
I think she was 99. I think she lived older.
No,
than...
not 99.
Oh no, Betty White outlived her.
Yes, Betty White was almost 100.
Yeah, and Betty White's our queen if you think about it.
In a way, sure.
Well, okay, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that she's kind of a golden girl.
But who is top? Honestly, who would you say is?
Oh my god, this hurts my chest
Does
to
it?
drink. Like,
Imagine
I
how
just-
Lizzie felt. Yeah,
Wow, maybe.
poor Cabbage.
Well, I just feel tartness hitting my heart, dude. Like every time
Tartness in your heartness. Oh my god,
oh, it's like putting me out of breath.
this is really kicking your ass.
I'm gonna finish it.
Who do you think is the most monarchy-esque type person in America?
Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, that's fair.
That was the first thing that popped in my head, but it makes sense.
That's not a bad one.
because look at him,
Yeah,
and just he's so like always just show. He's a show guy.
yeah. Because I would say, like, realistically, Trump pretty monarchy. The names there, the families there,
The money's there.
the buildings with your names on it. That and like the Kardashians, honestly.
Oh, you're
basically-
talking about by fame.
I mean,
wise.
like literally, like family monarchy style.
Okay, yeah, definitely Trump. Kardashians have been around for a while because of Olympics. It started with Olympics.
What?
Isn't our dad Jenner?
Oh, yeah. No, that didn't start there though, because that's her stepdad or stepmom.
Yeah,
now.
but that's like she, whatever.
back then.
Yeah, but like he was on Wheaties boxes.
Yes, but that's
So,
not
like,
what's that's not what started the Kardashians. What started the Kardashians was O.J. Simpson just decapitating his wife.
That started how did those connect?
I'm saying her, but as in like Kim's, because I feel like she's still the main one. I don't know if Kylie Jenner is now the main one or
Well,
not.
she's makeup.
Yeah, because she's like the most self-made one, I'd say. But either way, Kim, her
I'm a fan
dad.
of Chloe.
Are you?
No,
I only know.
I only know the name.
Yeah.
And
no,
she's probably hot.
her dad represented OJ. I think he was the one who came up with the idea of,
The glove doesn't fit.
or you must have quit. Yeah. So
Whoa.
it's interesting that like Kim's like first like time getting famous and her dad's first time getting famous was getting men off.
I knew you were gonna do something relating to Kanye. I knew.
No, that's not Kanye. No,
Who
that's
did
Ray
she-
J.
Ray J?
Yeah, she fucked Ray J on film.
Who's Ray J? That was the sex tape?
Yep, not Kanye. No, if Kanye had a sex tape, that'd be huge.
I would love to see a Kanye sex tape.
No, it was Ray J. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Ray J? Like a hip hop guy?
Yeah, I mainly knew him from Ray J for Love, Ray J with Love. It was like one of those VH1 dating shows.
Oh.
Me and my sister watched a bunch of those.
Are you sure you're not getting confused with like Ray J Against the Machine?
I am sure.
It's a little bit of a stretch. But I thought it was funny.
I'm glad your mind went there. No, but yeah, that's who he fucked on, or who she fucked on film. It was like, I think it was.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's not great.
I haven't seen any celebrity sex tapes.
They're usually not great.
Like this morning, obviously there's gonna be old news by the time you hear it, but fuck. The famous couple that has the sex tape. Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know.
Pamela Anderson,
Oh, and Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
So on the radio today, I think
I've seen that one.
See, I haven't seen that, but
It's romantic.
they also just put out. Yeah, that's what they were saying on like because I listened
It's
to
like kind of nice.
listen to like Bob and Tom.
Yeah.
This is like an old person radio
yeah,
show, but
that's
I
what
love
we're trying to be.
it. Yeah, they're so good. But they were talking about because Tommy Lee just announced he's on OnlyFans.
Well, did you see his dick on Twitter?
No.
Oh
I've
my-
heard.
no,
I heard
I'm
he's
showing
hung.
you
I heard
his-
he's hung, dude.
I am showing
Wait, he
you his-
posted his dick on Twitter.
Yes, and it's fucking glorious.
Well,
Good
yeah, dude,
lord. No, he's got a.
This show,
Yeah, it's about his cock. I mean, his book
and then
is.
Jason Mantzoukas is the guy who voices his penis.
I know that. I like that.
Which I love him. But dude, he's married, and how old is he? Like in his 60s?
But his wife is awesome.
So is the OnlyFans going to be him, or is it going to be him fucking his wife? That's what I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. His wife's cool as shit.
But, like,
Tommy Lee.
If you're gonna, I'm sure he's gonna do well on OnlyFans. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like if you're rich, you could just set it like $5 and you'll see whatever you want.
Yeah, here's a picture of my butthole.
Huh?
So he just posted his dick on Twitter. Dude, what's so weird is
Oofda.
what the fuck?
Insane, right?
Zoom out again.
Yeah,
He
that-
looks like a. I mean, you can tell
he
he's-
looks great.
You can tell he has gray on his face. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, that cock is almost touching the water and he's sitting on the top step. Good for
What's the
you.
caption on that photo? Or is it just fucking posted?
It's just that.
Jesus Christ.
Only
Maybe-
6,000 hearts. Or no, comments. 51,000 hearts. That's still not that much.
That's because it's a cock.
Yeah, but it's his cock. And also he's awesome and people
How
love
did
him.
you see that? You don't even have Twitter.
I heard about it and then made a Twitter.
So you don't have to make a Twitter to see it, but you made one to follow it.
Oh, I thought you did. I've never been on Twitter.
I think you have a long time ago.
I had one in high school because we had to for like a business class or whatever.
Oh yeah, social media or whatever.
And I'm assuming that's gone by
And
now.
I think I still follow it.
Dude, I assumed
Ogpon.
it's probably.
I think it's Ogpon1.
Probably. So what is it now? It's probably Jacob the Freak. That's usually what I do.
He looks so good.
Great,
Not
yeah.
just his cock and balls.
Ooh. Oh, also I made it so I could just get Jacob the Freak because I wanted that name.
Well, now you have it.
I know I don't have it on everything though. I don't have it on email or YouTube.
You can't get it on email?
Someone else has it.
You got to do like Jacob.
I did Freak
Underscore.
with 2 Ks. But also I've never used it for like booking.
Dude, what if you did Jacob the Freak, but you put your first name J-A-K?
That's just not my name though.
Yeah, but then it makes sense because of the double K. Because there's
So
a
it's
K.
3.
Because it's a K, going out a third.
Okay.
Because that's how you get in trouble.
Yep. Good old Kappa Kappa Kappa. Worst fraternity out there.
You were in a fraternity, weren't you?
Yep. Oh my god.
Dude, I know. Like, this is...
Oh.
I'm also, to be honest, not a big fan of whatever... Martinis.
Gin?
Martinis.
A good martini's so good though because you don't taste it.
Like, what's the stuffed olive? Is
Yes.
a martini bar in Des Moines.
That and the
It's a-
lift are
It's
really
a
good ones.
fancy martini bar, obviously. Dude, their list of martinis is out of control.
Yeah.
And I think I've maybe had one that I enjoy, but it's usually very alcohol.
Yes. No, I can feel this. My face is getting hot just from the 2
I think I ordered last time I was there because I think it was buy two get one free.
Yep.
And we were only there for an
But
hour, so I got
3 is
fucking
too many.
Yeah, so I got
Yes.
hammered. But I think I ordered just because of the name, the James Bond,
Yep.
and that literally is just straight gin.
Yes. I think like a lemon twist and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was like I wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just chug it. It was like $12.
Just like
yeah, it's fun. It's like Casino Royale.
No, I can feel this one already. Oh yeah, and also I have a list of British phrases and I want you to guess what they mean.
Okay, governor.
All right. I think it starts with an easy one. Never mind, it doesn't.
How'd you come up with this list?
I Googled.
Oh, I thought you made one. Wow,
No.
every time I take a sip, my insides hurt.
All right, some of these are Scottish, but that's part of the UK, but I don't think they want to be. I never understood that shit.
Do you think Scotch tape came from Scotland?
I don't know.
That's just a random thought.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Potentially was it going to be a joke, but the way you reacted, it was just an idea.
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna say the quote in a perfect British accent, and you have to guess what it means.
All right.
You're all bum and parsley. What does that
Can
mean?
you repeat that?
You're all bum and parsley.
You're a bum in parsley?
You're all bum and parsley.
You're all bomb and parsley.
You're all bum and parsley.
You're all
You're all bum and parsley.
You're all bum and parsley. Oh, so that means you're just filled with shit that doesn't matter? You're just filled with, it's like,
Close.
yeah, you're just like filled with bullshit.
A description of someone who is a loud know-it-all. I'm going to give you that
It's
point.
like, it's like you're blowing hot air.
Yeah, all right, this one's easy.
That would make sense because no one likes parsley. Unless you're a fan of Elvis.
I don't know what bum and parsley. God damn it.
Terrible jokes all day today, I guess.
Happy as a pig in muck.
Happy as a pig in muck. that means the happiest you can be because
Yeah,
it's a pig rolling around in mud.
He's very happy.
Muck. Why did I gotta say muck? Down
I don't know.
the mucky muck. Is that a song? I think so.
Were you born in a barn? What? No, Jesus. Were you born in a barn?
Well, Jesus was.
That's the caption is no, we're not talking about baby Jesus. All right. Were you born in a barn? What do you think that means?
Are you a filthy person?
No. This is actually interesting. It means close the door.
What? So if you walk into a bar or something.
And they're like, what are you, born in a barn? Like, because you left the door open, yeah.
If you live in a barn, do you leave the door open? No, you don't.
Do barns have doors? Aren't
Yeah, they
some of
got
them just
sliders.
open? Oh, yeah, barn door. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would
Yeah.
you leave it open?
Yeah.
It's a door.
Not gives a monkey.
What?
Not gives a monkeys.
Not gives a monkeys.
Not gives a monkeys.
Not gives a monkeys. It means I don't care.
Be completely indifferent. Good job, bud.
Not gives them. That's because it just sounds like something. It sounds like a throwaway line.
Yeah. All right, so you've got...
Do you want chocolate or vanilla? Not gives a monkey.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, it'd be so funny to start saying these but just in American language.
Huh.
That gives a monkey.
It looks a bit black over Bill's mother. Bill's mother's.
It looks a bit black over Bill's mother's. That means dark news is coming your way.
Nope. It might rain.
Oh my God, just say it's going to rain, you fucking British people.
That's the badger.
That's the badger. That's the badger. I can't tell in this context if badger is good or bad. I'm going to say badger's good.
All right.
So that's the badger. That's the point. You got the idea. You get it.
Close. That's exactly the one I was looking for. So I think it's more of like a thing.
Oh, like if... Okay, that's
like if
the
you were
badger.
looking for someone, they showed you it. That's the badger.
That's the badger. So, America's Most Wanted. That's
found
the
'em.
badger.
All right. So I think you're at like 4 out of 6.
I mean, they kind of make sense, but they're also dumb.
All right.
Like,
All right. This one. Bob's your uncle.
oh, Bob's your uncle.
I've actually never known quite what it means.
Bob's your uncle.
But it's interesting, the actual
I've heard
meaning.
that so many times.
So we'll only go to 10.
Bob had a baby, it's a boy. You ever heard that one
What?
before? Bob had a baby, it's a boy.
Papa the baby, it's a boy?
Bob had a baby, it's a boy. It's from like an early 90s collect call commercial
Oh.
where like he's calling from the hospital and it's like, do you accept a call from Bob had a baby, it's a boy.
So they don't have to
So
pay
they don't
for
have
it.
to pay
I
for
like
it.
that.
What was the saying?
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
Oh,
Oh man,
Bob's your uncle.
I feel like they say this a lot in the Great British Baking Show.
I think they say it a lot in general.
Bob's your uncle. That means have fun.
Nope. There you have it. I've never known that's what it means.
Bob, there you have
like,
it.
you got it.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
Bob's your uncle. I like
I guess that makes sense because it's like,
Yeah.
yep, you got it. That's factual, even though it's not because Bob's my name.
I'm going to try it in British first. Making a right pig's ears of something.
Repeat.
Making a right pig's ear of something.
Making a right pig's ear of something. So taking something, basically something from nothing. Right? Like yeah, something from nothing. That's my like.
Because it's making a right pig ear of something.
So I'm guessing like a right pig's ear is usually useless, but then you turn it into something that can be useful. So making something from nothing.
Nope. Handle something badly.
Wait,
Making a right pig's ear of something.
that's handling something badly.
I guess.
So your tire blows out on the interstate, and
Because
then
how would you
break your
use
own
it in a
windshield.
conversation? She made a right pig's ear of that presentation. The fuck does that
That
mean?
means she fucked up the presentation.
I guess she handled it poorly.
That's such a tough sentence to say.
You're pecking me, Ed.
You're pecking me, Ed.
You're pecking me, Ed.
You're pecking me, Ed. You're pecking me, Ed. That means you're pissed off at Ed in particular.
So it's you're pecking me, Ed.
You're pecking me, Ed. Is it a sexual thing? Like, is it pegging?
No.
You're
So-
pegging me, Ed.
Ed.
Hey, quit pegging me. I getting pegged by Ed. That
No.
means you're getting fucked over.
It means you're annoying me. So it's you're pecking me head.
Oh, me head.
But there's no H in the
You're
description.
pecking me head. I guess that makes sense. You're pegging me head. But it sounds like you're pegging me head.
You're pegging me, Ed.
Ed.
Oh shit, that's all of them. All right.
I did pretty good.
So you got Bum and parsley.
Some of them are weird though.
Happy as a pig. Born in a barn. You did not get.
It's because that one's dumb.
Not gives a monkey. You got that one right. Think so?
I think so.
You did not get the Bill's mother's house one. That's the badger.
Dude,
Nope.
I don't even remember what some of these
Bob's
are.
your uncle. Nope. So you did not do well. Never mind.
I started off well.
Yeah.
And then it went downhill because they got stupid. Have you ever been to the UK?
Nope. I've been to other parts of not England, of Europe, just because that's where I was from. I haven't like traveled Europe though properly.
Because you used to be obsessed with the UK.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know what it was.
Was it the punk music?
Maybe. And I kind of went all in.
Like,
because that's when I was like probably like 17. I got really obsessed with it.
But what's weird is like punk music is like so like anti-government and stuff. And
Yeah.
Like, but then the Queen's dead.
How is that weird?
I don't know. I was just trying to connect the dots somehow.
What? No, so like, yeah, I wasn't really even obsessed. I would just like wear their shit. Like I didn't know anything.
Well, yeah, you really like that because you had the sweater, you had the hat.
Which Hank's rocking currently.
You had the guitar.
Yeah, I do have like, and that guitar.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like an axe. It's like a cross.
It's a warlock.
Warlock. Yeah, it's a warlock with...
BC Rich, I
BC
think?
Rich.
Yeah, BC Rich warlock.
But it's a British flag.
Well, I drew on it. That was just Sharpie.
Oh, really? It looks cool.
Yeah, the original background of it was kind of, it almost looked like camo, but it's like kind of like, it's gray, or it's like greenish gray and tan.
Where'd you get that at?
Guitar Center. And it's like got like skulls on it and shit. And it was for sale because it was a little damaged on the tip.
And you just bought it and then Sharpied it immediately?
Yeah.
I mean...
It was probably like $200. Not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For a BC Rich. Because the issue with those is also their necks twist really easily. So
I
had someone like reinforce some of it.
The next twist and then the...
Oh, you had a BC Rich growing up too.
The weight.
Yeah.
It's such a heavy... Because it's just so...
And it's a long neck.
It's
and
long.
you can, if you smack the head on anything, it'll chip.
Oh my God.
That head's chipped a lot.
The shape is a cool idea, and it's like, oh, so metal, so punk
To
rock.
like look at it, yeah.
But then, like, realistically, you go, that's ridiculous. That's overkill.
I barely played it on stage just because it was such a bitch to keep in tune and all that.
So, and dude, it feels like it's solid wood, and I don't know what it's fucking heavy, dude. But it'd be fun to like go to the UK. Like, I have some friends that live in the UK, you know, from YouTube, and like,
yeah.
It's just a culture and an experience that I don't know anything about. You know,
It's
it's like a whole different world.
It's nice because it's different, but it's not crazy different. Like I can still understand their language mostly.
and then if you kind of get
Maybe
something,
right ear or pig's ear had something. Well, I don't fucking remember.
yeah, but then like if you go over there and you interact and it goes well, you go, Bob's your uncle, or maybe they say that to you because you did it well.
And you're like, it's cloudy over Bill's mom's. And they're like, you get it.
And
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, instead of saying he gets it, they say Bob's your uncle.
I'm gonna start saying that now.
I have an Uncle Bobby.
I used to say it. He gets it.
Yeah. Bob's your uncle. Just piss Wes off with that.
Just start saying, Bob's your uncle. He'll go, how do you know my uncle, Bob?
That does seem like everybody has an Uncle Bob.
I don't.
No? Because I do.
Because I'm gonna be the Uncle Bob.
True. Because I have a Grandpa Bob, an Uncle Bob, and a best friend
You have
Bob.
a Grandpa Bob?
Yeah, but he's dead.
Yeah, but how do you... Here's the weird part, is like, my name is Robert.
So my grandpa was Robert, but my uncle is Bobby.
His real name is Bobby?
That's what he goes by, Uncle Bobby.
Yeah, but how do you, like...
Choose.
Because Robert has so many, like, surnames and, like, shortenings and nicknames and stuff.
Because you got Robert, Rob, Robbie, Bob,
Bobby, Bert.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
then Bo Burnham, his real name is
Yep,
Robert.
I knew that.
Dude, yeah, you got all these, like...
Yeah.
And, like, everyone always asked me, like, growing up, like... And I just, like, I don't like any of those.
I didn't like Jake.
It's just weird, like, and then... But I feel like Bob is such, like, an older person's name.
But, like, so is Robert. Robert's kind of the all-across generation.
That's probably a grandpa name. But can you imagine being a cute kid and you go, how you doing, Robert?
Kind of. Because, like, kid, I think
feel like they
Bobby.
would call you Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
A girl called me in college Robbie. She would call me Robbie, and I was like, I've never heard that before. And she would call it me all the time.
I had a friend named Rob in college. I never even thought of his name as Robert.
Because it was just like Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob Schrob.
Because I hate...
Was that your friend?
No, that's a creator who's not very or kind of popular that I really like.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I'm surprised you knew that to throw out.
You've brought it up a million times around me.
He's a really good writer and director. Rob Schraub.
Harmontown.
Yeah, Look him up.
Jacob's favorite podcast.
Besides Moist Monday.
You don't listen to Moist Monday.
I did today. 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, not even the full thing.
I had a short drive. I had to get gin. Oh, this is Aviation Gin, which I kind of wanted to try.
Brought to you by Mint Mobile.
Oh, right. He does own a phone company.
He owns a cell phone company.
And
Brought to you by Deadpool.
And a rugby or soccer team or football team.
Yeah, he owns a football team. UK.
Yeah, him and Rob McElhenney. Yeah.
McElhenney?
Ooh, do you know what we should do, though? I do want to try a shot of Aviation, or just like a little bit. I'm curious.
I've never done a shot of gin. Do
you want to throw some jazz on and try it out?
Okay, yeah, but let's explain it real quick.
Okay.
So, like, we like to drink. We have a podcast called Moist Monday. On my other creative thing, I review craft beer. Like, I like alcohol.
What's the name of it?
Oh, gaming off the grid, Bob your uncle.
There you go.
Start turning it. But I love alcohol, and I love sipping on whiskey.
Yes.
That's my go-to. Obviously, vodka is such a like.
We tried that last episode, didn't we?
Yeah, but I know a lot. Like Tito's is such a good, it's just a good vodka. What else is there? Gin's probably my least known about.
Tequila, because I think as far as what I'm aware of and what I know I like, I would go whiskey, and that includes bourbon, because bourbon would be number one.
Yeah, bourbon and whiskey, yeah.
Bourbon, whiskey, scotch, I think I know
Scotch.
in that order.
I don't know that much about scotch, but I
know what I like.
I absolutely love scotch.
I like Glenlivet 15.
Because scotch is
and
a
14.
fancier version of bourbon whiskey.
Yes, because bourbon, I think, has a better rounded out taste. It's a little less harsh. It's got like a little bit more of a body to me.
Then you can dive into subcultures of like whiskey with like rye and like all this stuff, which is cool. And
whiskey is more
what
rye, where I like bourbon, where it's more like corn based, and it's from Kentucky. I think it has to be considered, or Tennessee maybe.
Yeah, but
no, because
Templeton rye is made in Iowa, and that's like a pretty good.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
It's pretty good whiskey.
Yeah, because Jack Daniels is whiskey, and that's rye, and then Jim Beam is bourbon, because that's like corn.
That makes sense, but I like them both.
Yes.
I know if you're like hardcore heavy into whiskey, you're like, oh, I'm more into rye or more into...
Sure, yeah. Where I'm more into bourbons, which I feel like is less harsh.
And then scotch is incredible. Scotch is a treat drink.
Yeah.
And then, vodka. I think gin... I don't know much about tequila either.
I would know tequila more than vodka and gin, though.
Yeah. I don't know much about tequila, but... I
know what I like.
I do kind of enjoy it, and I love a good mojito. I do not like freaking margaritas.
That's so weird.
Unless they're like flavored one. Unless it's like a strawberry one.
Oh, yeah.
But a straightforward, like green
I never do, the lime margarita. I always do strawberry.
No, because strawberry masks the flavor of the tequila. And I do tequila shots all the time when I go out, because I love Mexican food.
Also, like, tequila shots, it's like the most fun shot because there's a ritual, and like it's fun to do the salt and the lime. I don't know if it works for me, but I like doing it.
Yeah, I love doing tequila shots because of like the ritual. But then another thing that I love doing because of the ritual is sake bombs.
I don't think I've ever actually done a sake bomb.
I've done them a bunch because I used to get sushi a couple years ago with a couple of my friends in the area, and it's just it's a fun Japanese ritual because you order sake bombs and they come, and it's basically a bomb because it's a shot glass that drops into a beer.
It's a chopstick thing where you like bang the table.
So they put the shot glass of the sake on two chopsticks above your beer, and everyone gets it balanced, and then you go sake, 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 bomb, and then like the server does it with you.
Oh, cool!
And it's all like it's a celebratory thing, and then you just drink it as fast as you can.
So I've never done that,
and that's a cool ritualistic like. I like doing those like fun, like it's just cultural, I feel like, and just...
Well, I mean, that's why I like tequila. It's fun, like the lick, drink, and then you bite the lime.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun in a group where everyone's like doing stuff. All right, you want to try a shot of gin and give it a review?
Yeah, we're going to do a straight shot.
Hank, throw that jazz on.
Let's freaking do it.
All right, so this is Aviation Gin.
Yes, we are back, and returning guest, Isabel.
Hi.
She doesn't have a microphone.
Hey.
You may know her from her first appearance.
For Izzy, what do we call it? Izzy's Insights.
Izzy's Insights, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Where Hank, he is an intern. It was about boobs.
It was about boobs?
Yeah, your first appearance was about boobs.
Nice.
We filmed it last week.
Yeah, all right.
But her first appearance wasn't caught on video because Hank is an idiot.
But we'll have an even better appearance for the Wet Timber Power Hour.
The Power Hour, which will come out before this.
Oh, sweet. All right. So cheers.
Cheers. Here's Aviation Gin, Ryan Reynolds.
Not horrible.
Not bad.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, that one keeps going.
Yep.
Weird.
It's kind of minty.
I don't like gin.
Yeah.
This is the longest shot I've taken.
Oh wow, that.
It's not bad though. I don't hate it.
No, like the flavor.
Do you remember the long drink that we have at the mile that I brought home that one day?
No.
The long drink, it was like the Finnish long drink. It was in that blue can, and we were like, what is this? It was labeled as a long drink. It was a gin drink. You don't remember this? Okay. Never mind then. This story won't make sense if you don't believe me.
No, I said I did believe you. I just don't remember it.
It was a drink, and we described the flavor as a long flavor because it kept going.
okay.
It was gin, so
Yeah.
it's kind of the same kind of thing where it's just like a long flavor. It's
This
a
is
long shot.
this is weird because
I don't
it
like
wasn't bad.
No.
But then like that, it was piney and minty. Mm-hmm. So it's very earthy,
Which I don't hate.
but also clear. So I feel like, wow, yeah, that hit me weird. And now
Jesus Christ.
Bob's your uncle. Don't forget it.
It's raining over someone's house. God, I hate it.
Wow. We
Oh
are
my God.
living the full British dream today.
Wait, Isabel, I'll play you out.
Bust out the bagpipes. He's
As is
actually
customary.
he's actually really good at it. So everybody, here's Jacob on the bagpipes.
Please start walking.
He was drooling when he said that. And there goes our guest appearance. She didn't even give us an insight today.
I can't make it make different noises.
Yeah, 'cause that's
Wait, like, all right, you mess with the buttons. I'm just gonna blow and squeeze. All right.
yeah, you blow and squeeze and I'll press your buttons.
So hold that and get ready to do different notes. And we're gonna do these three.
All right, I'm ready.
Because these just have to be up. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's all about the vertical alignment.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep. I mean, most people choke when I do that either way. So, interlude.
Like we slept with the windows open last
Oh,
night.
I've been doing that for
but
weeks.
but we woke up where it was like a little too cold,
Yeah,
and
and
I
I love
missed
it.
that. Yeah.
And you just go, wanna fuck?
I'm like, no, my dick has never been smaller.
Oh, you didn't feel like what's his name on Twitter?
What? Oh, Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee.
No, my dick was not dipping in the pool.
Can you imagine having that ability?
Just like a 10-inch dick.
That wasn't even. It was hard.
It was.
But
it was squeezed.
It wasn't
It wasn't
it
rock
wasn't
hard. It was
erect.
fluffed. Yeah.
But even fluffed, I don't even think. Even fully erect, I couldn't do a Tommy Lee.
Like I don't think it dips below like my ass.
Man,
Like
Tommy Lee, I guess.
good for him.
I mean-
He's earned it.
I mean, good for him, dude. And like,
doesn't he have like herpes or no? He's got like he's got something.
really?
I think so.
Well, he's married, so it doesn't matter.
And his wife's cool as fuck.
And they have an OnlyFans.
Do they actually have it already, or was he talking about it?
I think he announced it on stage,
Yeah.
which is probably why he posted that picture.
I can look it up right now.
Do you have an OnlyFans account?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm curious about. I'm curious about his OnlyFans, what kind of content he's posting, and like, I'll tell you this. I don't know much about OnlyFans. I know it's very important and popular, and I've tried getting into it.
I don't know much
But
either.
there's
But
not an app.
no, it's not. It's an internet thing.
And that makes it so difficult to do because it's a smartphone
So the way I use it is
to support local artists. We get it.
no.
You're a
I,
hipster.
I don't have any local people on here. What I did is I just looked up free because a lot of people's profiles are free, and then they suggest other free profiles. So I just filled it
Whoa.
with that.
So it's just a bunch of random naked women. So it's
So-
kind of like Reddit.
No, it's
But
Reddit.
but
yeah,
better?
No, Reddit's better.
Oh, you think
Because you can search like.
Oh, you can go top,
Ideas.
and you can go top.
Well, you can also search like. So like one of my top Reddits is like emo sluts.
Yeah, but when you go to like the subreddit of emo sluts, you can search by
Every person.
filter
yeah.
by top.
Yes.
Or most viewed, or so you
Where-
can get high quality content.
Where with
I always
Only-
like doing new because I'm on it too much.
Me too. So with OnlyFans, it's just you look for people. So what I don't really use it at this point. What I use it is for then like everyone like message you like ads for other people, so you can just click on those and you get free shit.
I know we talked about porn a lot, and Reddit a lot.
Tommy
But
Lee.
I need to start. I think I need to create a new Reddit profile because my Reddit profile is my main username on everything.
Yeah, that's
I think
fair.
I need to create a new Reddit profile for porn, so then I can do your strategy and follow the people that I like. So then my
Yes.
feed is them. Because I found a few people where I'm like, man, I wish I could find you again.
Jesus fucking Christ! I found Tommy's Lee. Guess the price.
Is it expensive?
Guess.
So what are we? Is it monthly?
Yes.
It's a monthly fee. I think. What did they talk about this on the radio today? $30 a month.
40.
40. Okay.
That's crazy for OnlyFans.
It's Tommy Lee.
Yeah, no, still, I saw his dick for free. I can Google his sex tape.
Yeah, but I guarantee
10
he's
posts, not worth
making-
it. 10 posts.
No, but he just announced this like yesterday.
All right, wait, let me see. He's had it since September 7th. So yeah, 5 days ago.
Yeah, I'm sure he is making $40. He's making bank.
All
Is
right.
there any like free trials or
No.
free images or
No.
I mean, go to his Twitter.
Yeah. So he has 10 posts, 433 likes. So that means he, at the very least, has 43 followers, right?
Sure.
Because 10 posts.
You think?
No,
yeah,
44.
You think every post gets a like by the same? Yeah.
I'm saying at the very least, he has 44 followers. So with
Okay.
$40 a month, he was last online 13 minutes ago.
I feel like he's going to be very active for. I feel like he'll be very active for
The first month.
a month, and then he'll quit posting. But also, I feel like there's going to be an ego fluff for him.
His ego's already gone.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's going to keep. Because
All
like
right.
the sex tape was huge for him, and now this is like he's trying to
I don't.
rebirth
But
that.
I don't think he wanted the sex tape to be released. Isn't that what that TV show is all about?
Tom and Pam. I don't know, but it looked good.
So the only fun part about this is you can message him directly, and you're only you're competing with a smaller crowd, so you might get him to.
So you might get. You'll know for a fact he read it because you know he's running. His,
I hope he's running his.
no
own
one
page.
else. He does not have a PR guy for his OnlyFans.
True, because every PR guy would be like, "Don't do an OnlyFans."
Yeah, they go.
All right,
But actually, that would be a smart decision because it's Tommy Lee, massive dick. You're gonna make a
And
ton of money.
and he's been
$40 a
selling
month.
sex for the past
He is
3 decades.
He is sex. What is he? What band is he from?
Motley Crue.
I knew that. I was just,
Jesus Christ!
but like, I know him as
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. You know, I don't know him as Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
Because Motley Crue is
Gene
Tom.
no,
No.
Gene Simmons is Kiss.
Oh my fucking god!
We just did a shot of fucking gin. Okay,
All right, so it's Tommy Lee,
the Queen's dead. Okay,
Mick
I'm
Mars,
recovering.
Nikki Sixx, and
Nikki Sixx.
Oh my god, who's the lead singer? Oh my god, what's his name? Vince Neil.
Vince Neil.
Yep.
Yeah, Neil Young. He's pretty good.
Nope. All right, so if he
Dude,
has,
Nikki Sixx used to have a radio show.
yeah, it was pretty good. I just remember once I saw a guy get killed by a cop, and like from the radio, you could hear Nikki Sixx's voice, and it was fucking weird, like a video.
Oh.
Like a dash cam,
Yikes.
but like Nikki
Nikki-
Sixx was talking. I was like, "Ooh, that's just a weird."
But that's what he was
dystopia.
listening to.
Yeah, the cop.
Um,
Which I listened to that when I delivered pizza. All right, so
no, but before you go into that, real
God damn
quick,
it.
It made me think of this because we have a cop buddy.
yes,
Can you imagine if something tragic happens and he's listening to the Moist Monday podcast?
and we make it on some like shitty ACAB
We're
thing.
on
yeah.
cops.
Oh, on cop. I'm thinking of like a shitty ACAB Twitter thing.
And
where
no,
they're
he's
like,
a good cop.
Well,
He-
yeah,
he's a
no,
good
but
cop.
they say all cops are.
Yeah, that's true.
bastards.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they hate
Dude,
all cops.
But he sent us a photo. No joke. This has probably been 2 weeks from recording, so by the time you hear this, it's been a while. I woke up to a photo because I think he works night shift. Which is crazy. He wakes up probably, or he works when this episode comes out.
yeah, probably.
But I woke up to a Snapchat from our cop buddy who was watching the YouTube version. No, they don't know who he is.
yeah, and don't say the city either.
No. They know where we live.
Yeah, but they don't know where he lives. He doesn't work where we live.
Oh, yeah. He moved away.
yeah.
Yeah, we were friends with him in high school. And we were. That's the truth. I'm not lying.
I don't think you are.
But he sent me a Snapchat of him watching the Moist Monday podcast on YouTube in his patrol car.
All right.
On his, and it could have been just for the photo for the bit.
I bet it was. Or I don't know. But,
But that
also,
is-
please send us that again
is-
so we can post it on our TikTok.
Are we allowed to?
And any listener
That
we
is
have,
so
please
funny.
send the most inappropriate time to listen to our podcast. And we will repost whatever the
Dude,
fuck you
please,
guys said.
I want to see people interacting with us on the back.
Tell us we hate you or that you hate us. I don't give a shit. I just want like a listener's a listener. I think it's so funny that anyone listens to this shit.
Submit us videos of them doing shit with us in the background so we can put it on our TikTok.
Of just the dumbest stuff.
Dude,
yeah.
Well, a couple episodes ago, came out today, but a couple episodes ago from this, we talked about someone jerking off to the whole episode.
The idea of it, yeah. I will.
And then that's what brought us into Ask
so if you want to do that, send it into our Gmail at moistmondaypodcast.com and tell Jacob, put in the tagline, Jacob watch this, and I will. So Robert doesn't have to deal with it because I am interested in that type.
Asking for someone, he's been asking for a jerk off.
Not asking, I'm open to it.
You just did ask. So
I'm saying if you want
when we
to.
first brought this up, you started off with asking for a picture. And then we brought it up again, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll take a video of it." And I went, "What?" And now you're requesting it.
I want a cum shot.
with the Moist Monday YouTube, it's got to be YouTube. You can see our faces in the background
and finish on your computer screen.
Oh my god!
All right, you still
Dude, what's gonna be so funny? Hang on, what's gonna be so funny?
Damn it! I've been trying to do cock math.
This is what happens when I get drunk. I like to talk. Okay.
Yeah. So I keep like, hang on,
because my brain doesn't stop. So here's gonna be funny: is our podcast we're a small dumb podcast.
Sure.
We have like 30 plus episodes at this point.
33.
But
This will be 35.
We're not going anywhere. So eventually we're going to hit triple digit numbers, which means we will have to grow.
You think so?
So eventually,
I would hope so.
So eventually someone's going to go through and listen to the backlog.
Yes.
And then 8 months from now, we'll get a random email that says,
Jacob watch this.
Someone come shouting. It's going to be, I'm just
so
letting
happy.
you know, like, it might not be today.
It might not be tomorrow.
It might not be the next day, but
it might be 3 years from now.
A cum shot is in your future. So
did we just find the name of the episode? Cum shot is in your future.
How do we put that? C*M.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so back to cock math.
Yeah.
So at the very least, wait, I'll refresh. He has 433 likes over 10 posts. So
That's pretty good.
So minimum he has 44 followers, right? So,
I will say right now,
oh my God.
our TikTok,
Yeah.
the Moist Monday Podcast TikTok at this moment
has more hearts.
Has more hearts and likes than Tommy Lee's OnlyFans. Granted, it's been out for 5 days.
So if 44 people, right? That's what I said?
Yep.
44 people are subscribed at $39.95. That is $1,757.80
a month
that he's bringing in. I don't know. I wonder what OnlyFans charges.
For fees and stuff.
Yeah.
But think about this. Not everybody that follows or subscribes will like.
Obviously. No, I'm saying at the bare minimum, he's bringing $1,700 in a month.
And that is, let's say he lives in LA, even that is potentially rent money.
You think Tommy Lee lives in a $1,700 rent?
No, what I'm
month?
saying for like a normal person, he's bringing in double my rent.
Sure,
a
but
month
in
on
LA,
OnlyFans.
that you could only pay for that if you had roommates, and you couldn't buy groceries with that.
No, but he's getting that plus
Just extra for just dicks.
yeah,
just his dick.
that everybody already knows about.
No, so if we get big enough, I will start an OnlyFans for our page. I 100% will, but only if we actually have the subscribers. I'll bring in real money.
You are all about the fucking money.
At this point, yeah, I want to quit my job and just go full time this, but nobody likes this, so that's the issue.
Yeah, but what's gonna be funny, like I brought up earlier, is big picture. This is gonna be a weird full circle moment where someone says he promised he would.
I do. I don't know.
At a
what
live show, someone's gonna be like Q&A. We're gonna be at the back of Peachtree.
My girlfriend wouldn't give a shit if I started an OnlyFans.
But if you start an OnlyFans, it would have to be you solo.
Yeah. No, she wouldn't care about that.
But she would not be a part of it.
No, I wouldn't do that because that's different than the podcast.
So what would it be?
Just me.
Doing what?
Household chores. Naked.
I mean, you do have, Mondays off.
Yeah.
It could be me prepping for a Moist Monday, just
a cut back and forth. We each film our own things.
I'm not part of this.
No, like you film your normal day. And then I film. It's just a cut back and forth of how we experience
and
Mondays.
You're 100% nude, and I'm fully clothed.
To be fair, that's how I spend my Mondays.
That's gonna be the problem. Is that's gonna have to be edited, which means Lizzie is gonna have to see it.
But to be fair, you've edited nude videos before, haven't you?
God damn it!
Your high school roommate or college roommate.
Yeah.
Wait, before this starts, I have to piss. Hank,
Before
roll it.
what starts? Oh,
The
roll
story.
the clip. No, roll the clip. I own the video.
Fuck yeah,
roll the video.
What up, duck lovers? Robert Zolman here, helping you beat the heat in a hot as hell college dorm. The first step to beating the heat is to get fans. In this 10x10 closet-sized room, we have 6 fans. Step 2 to beating the heat is wear minimal clothing. Stay away from dark colors and heavy outerwear. Step 3 to beating the heat is to...
Oh, hey man, what's going on? What you doing, dude?
Just making a video.
Sweet. You care if I join?
Why not?
Fuck yeah. Thanks, man.
Yep. Step 3 to beating the heat is to stay hydrated.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. Avoid sugary drinks such as soda pop, chocolate milk, juice, and alcohol.
And don't be fat. Bitch.
So that was a sketch I made in college when I had my old YouTube channel, Rubber Duck Productions.
And then check out our YouTube page, Moist Monday Podcast, to see the video.
Yeah, so if you're listening on Spotify, it'll just be the audio. And
We can post it separately for people who listen to our podcast and just want to see the video too.
And maybe it'll be on TikTok.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that would fit. Yeah.
Yeah, I own the rights.
And it's only like it's on
It's
3 minutes
pretty
long,
short, but it's
right?
called
Yeah.
Beating the Heat. It's about, I mean, obviously you just listened to it or you saw it, but in college, I'll explain the backstory. I lived with my buddy Jonah, who is a really cool dude. He's freaking
Great guy.
He's thriving now.
Is he a friend of the pod?
I don't know if he.
I think he would enjoy this, actually.
I don't know if he's aware of the pod, but maybe I'll tag him in this. And he
Yeah, let's
goes,
shout him
"That's
out."
my penis." But he definitely probably has a Tommy Lee penis. I think
You've seen it. You
I've
told
seen
me.
it, and he's jacked.
I remember going to his bedroom and he had like a gallon of lube. So I was like, oh, big
He also
penis.
was stealing stuff from like the OBGYN, so we had like one of those weird like stretcher things where like girls, you know what I mean?
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you know what that thing is? Yeah,
like the like weird like reverse scissor thing where it spreads.
they put it in and then they can crank it open.
Ah,
He stole
Jesus
one of those,
Christ.
and we had it in our dorm room. So when we left on like Thanksgiving and Christmas break,
Yeah.
he would leave it in the open,
So people would check and see it.
leave it in the open next to a Holy Bible, lube, and condoms.
I love
Just
it.
in the center of the room.
I mean, it's better than the other shit you had in your dorm.
Oh yeah, we
Grew weed.
We grew weed in our dorm. No joke, to a full bushel. We had to move it to an apartment because it got too big.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So one time a cop came to our door, and we had it just it was a small little, it just looked like a small little plant that he was growing, but it was
Yeah.
a pot leaf that he ordered from like overseas, and it came
Yeah.
it came in a book.
Yeah,
sealed.
I remember that.
So cool. We had in our mini fridge freezer, a syringe of shroom spores.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then just we had a bunch of prescription drugs, and 'cause
Sure.
he had like, I remember doing a lot of Focalin in college.
What is that?
It's basically Adderall.
Okay, so I've always wanted to try Adderall because I kind of think that I might need it.
Do
Do you like it?
I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite drugs ever created is caffeine.
Okay.
So I'm addicted to the go drugs.
Yeah.
So Focalin, Adderall are drugs I love because it's basically, let's
Because
go.
I would love a focus drug.
Yeah, I love doing that shit, even though I'm not prescribed to it. I've done it a ton. Do Adderall all the time. Probably shouldn't do it.
Shout out to our cop friend.
Yeah. I also smoke a ton of weed now, and it's not legal here. Shout out to our cop friend
Hey,
because
bud, you're not in our city. I love you, though.
he knows who he is.
Let's hope my brother-in-law doesn't listen to this.
There's no way he's listening to this fucking
He's
bullshit.
listened to one episode.
It's because his wife was in it.
Yeah. Oh, and he was in it, too.
Oh, yeah, because he grabbed you by the nuts.
His best friend, who's also a cop here, a cop of the state.
But going back to the sketch, the story. So
Yes.
me and my buddy Jonah went to Iowa State for one semester. It was our first freshman year semester of college together.
You're only freshman year, too.
Yeah. Well, because I dropped out because of it, because he was a drug dealer. Oh, he was a drug supplier.
Hey, alleged.
Yeah, alleged. He was allegedly a drug dealer. I mean, dude, this has been fucking 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what the statute of limitation is, but who gives a shit?
He lives in a different fucking state. He lives across the water.
on an island.
On an island.
But we won't say where.
Yeah.
We won't say what state.
And he loves surfing. So good luck figuring out what state that is. It's Hawaii.
Bob's your uncle.
I told him. But we lived together. I could tell you so many stories from. Maybe that would be a separate episode.
That's going to be a lot of episodes, I bet, where just little stories come in.
Because my mom was so worried about me moving in with him because of
Rightfully so.
prior things that have happened. But we won't get into that. That's his personal story. I loved him because I knew him since we were like,
He's the best.
dude, I've known this guy since like elementary school. We used to be fat kids together. Then he got freaking jacked, and I stayed like this. I just grew a beard.
But you're not like even dad bod level. You're just kind of like bulked. Not like bulky.
But I'm still like, a lot of people like call me like small. Like, especially in my job with like around older people, like I'm still like the smaller, tiny guy.
I mean, you're not big because the issue is with your friendships, you've always been compared to me, where I'm tiny.
Yeah. And I'm always, And then when I lived with Jonah, he's freaking jacked.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But we lived in our college dorm apartment or dorm, whatever.
Room.
Yeah. Was in this dorm building called Helzer,
Yep.
which was short for hell or long for hell. That's what everyone called it because it had no AC.
I did know that, yeah.
And it fucking sucked. Luckily we were on the top floor.
Okay.
But we literally
But heat rises.
So maybe not luckily. We literally had 8 fans.
Oh my God.
Set up in our dorm room as a wind
Yeah.
tunnel / to keep us cool because we used to smoke hella weed.
Yeah.
We were high all the time.
God, I could not imagine smoking in my dorm room.
No,
I drank in mine, but I was terrified to do so.
We did.
But then I got drunk, so it was fine.
We did it all the time.
Yeah.
Because we put a towel under the door, and then the wind tunnel, immediately, boom, dude. It was fucking insane. But it was so freaking hot, especially that first month we moved in August.
Yeah.
That I was making videos at the time, and he was like, "Hey, I got an idea for like a way to beat the heat," and that was like the whole sketch.
I remember,
And I remember that video like did pretty well with our friend group because people thought it was hilarious.
No, it's funny
because
And-
he's naked.
and
in
hopefully you all liked it that watched it. But also, I remember, I don't know if you told our media teacher or if I brought it up to show
She
her
saw
that.
it?
Yes,
Oh my
with
Mrs.
me.
DeVries.
Oh, so you didn't tell her? I
Dude,
told her.
I don't keep in contact with her. I was in college.
Oh no,
I
no,
loved her though. She was
but
awesome.
Remember when you came back to do community college? You came in, I think, a few times with me.
I never went in to
Did
the
you not?
school.
I thought you helped film shit.
I helped film and do videos for you.
Oh, I thought you came in once.
And I also edited the videos for
yeah,
your
you
film,
edited all my shit.
for your film class.
And you
'Cause
still
I took
do.
that class twice.
Yeah, I took it 3 times.
Dude, that class was awesome. DeVries was cool as fuck.
Yeah, because it was just you made dumb videos.
Especially if you took it twice or 3 times. You didn't get, dude. There was a lot of videos she didn't show my
Yep,
second time.
me too.
Because it was like, I can't show this to
Yeah.
people. Because it's like, the first time taking it, it's a bunch of people that are just like creative or barely
artsy.
creative or just think, oh, I kind of like film. And then it's just like weirdos like us, like,
Yeah.
let's make fucking something dumb.
Yeah. I remember once my senior year, I believe, I had 2 friends in a group. One Chance, who I was in a group with earlier, where him and I made all this shit together. But his second year, he had another friend there. And they did a video where they showed a bottle of oregano and they poured it into a blunt and then wrapped it.
Oh my God.
And then they got in so much trouble and they're like, no, we showed it was oregano. It is legal to smoke oregano in all 50 states.
Damn, I remember.
Because they almost got like expelled for that.
Yeah, dude, there was a lot of video. Like looking back, like perspective. My first semester doing filmmaking class, was awesome. I think the first project we ever did was the Waldo, or like the shots. You know, like you have to do all the different shots. And me and my buddy Miko, rest in peace, buddy.
R.I.P. bud.
Such a tragic. I used to be.
A whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's a deep dark.
R.I.P.
thing.
Sunflower Kid.
That
was his their name,
yeah,
right?
he was one of my best friends in high school.
Super cool
Dude,
person.
Yeah, he was in like a punk band and
Well, because also later transitioned to they, them, or she, her. I don't remember.
Well, I think he was
they, them.
they, them, and then he was transitioning into a woman.
Okay,
at
so
the end.
So she.
But it was.
Yes.
I think it was a lot, and I know him as Miko, so I'm always gonna call him he. I know it's when someone's passed away, it's hard to
because you rely on your memories of them.
And I didn't know after high school it went crazy, and I only knew him in high school, so he's always been a he to me.
Sure, and they did very different things.
Yeah, so I'm not being like, dude, he was Miko. I'm just gonna say Miko. Miko was one of my best friends. We did suit day together. We did a lot of things together. But one of our first things in a video thing, you just had to do this simple thing showing you could do a wide shot, an angle shot, a connection shot, all this stuff.
Depth. Yep.
Most of the people just did this dumb thing in the hallways showing off things. No, we did a 2-part video thing about Waldo.
Where's Waldo?
And this is also on the same channel that Beating the Heat was, where I was a detective.
Okay.
And Miko played Waldo. And I had finally found him after years of hunting.
Oh, I like that.
After years of hunting.
Yeah.
And he's not answering any of my questions. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. It was reversed. He was the detective. I was Waldo.
Oh.
I can't. Dude, it was so long ago. This is like sophomore year of high school. And I remember we did this thing. We did a 2-parter. He ends up freaking, I think, killing me and then escaping, and then you find out it's not the real Waldo.
What?
Yeah. We made it so freaking extreme and weird, but we got all the shots in.
So
we got like 110% on it because we took it way farther.
I also did, because we went way too far. Because what
did you do the Tenacious D song?
That was a different project. Ours was called Linking with Lincoln. And so what happened is I dressed up as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, I think I remember this.
And I just abused the entire classroom. One kid let me kick him in the nuts. And that was our connecting shot. So I kicked him in the nuts twice and and got it from 2 different angles. It was because everything's a joke your senior year of high school.
Dude,
at least the way we did it.
Well, especially the second time I took filmmaking class, it was a joke because I was I was already making videos the first time I took it. And then by the second time I took it, I was heavy into making videos.
Yes.
I knew how the program worked. I remember one of the first times I ever got high was during filmmaking class.
Oh, really? Because you were allowed to leave.
Here's what happened. So it was during a block day.
Okay.
So during block days, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And you got an hour and a half per class?
An hour and a half per class.
Instead
of
45 minutes.
It was half the classes that you took. And
so
then the
instead
other
of 8 45-minute classes,
it was 4 of them for an hour and a half.
Yes.
And then the other 4 the next day, which was kind of fun, kind of sucked at the same time.
It depended.
It depended. But film class was awesome when it was an hour and a half. But I had film class right after lunch.
Yes.
And I remember somebody in the lunchroom, because lunch was double the time. So I was hanging out, and I was also a senior at this point. Someone had brought an edible. It was a cookie. And
had you ever done weed before?
I'm trying to think, because at this point I had done it a few times.
Okay.
I don't remember if this was the first, because I remember going over to my buddy.
Edible is such a different thing.
Yeah, I remember going over to my buddies. I can't remember if it was the edible or my buddy Morgan lived right across from the high school, and we went over to his house and smoked, and then went back because Morgan was also in film.
I knew that was a thing.
So maybe that was what we did. But either way, I got high during lunch, and this is one of the first times I've ever been high. Maybe not the first, but maybe the second, because the first time I got high was with Jonah. I remember that.
That's a good high.
Yeah.
That's a good, because my first high was with you.
The first time I got high?
Yeah.
I was dating the girl I lost my virginity to.
Yes. Okay.
And we were on terrible terms.
Oof. And she was crazy Christian.
I mean, yeah, we were church friends.
So I bet she was horribly against drugs.
Well, yeah, but here she wanted to, because I didn't know how I felt, and that was a weird thing that I went through with a couple of relationships, because I was bad at explaining my feelings.
I mean, that's just kind of you at this point. You're working on it, yeah.
True. I kind of am in the same boat.
We broke up,
but I'm not.
of that.
But I'm not single. I'm not dating somebody confused now, because I'm aware of how I am.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No, that's very true.
So we were at the tail end of a relationship, year and a half. She texted me because I was being kind of a piece of shit to her. Sure. Just to try to be break up with me.
Because
and that's shitty.
Well, you're very much a person to just wedge those things. You would rather, instead of just breaking up with somebody, you would rather hammer in just wedges between the two of you until she gets so upset about it that she breaks up with you. Yeah.
That's how I used to be. I feel like I'm a lot better, and also I'm not dating anymore. So.
Right. But also that's what happened with us a little bit.
Yeah, because I just, you didn't fucking take me to the stadium.
Also, on the record, you and I went to Chicago recently for Tough Mudder. I offered to take you to Wembley.
No, we were still in town. There's a lot of stories in transit right now, and this is what happens when we get drunk. but we will get back to him. We were still in town in transit to Chicago, and we stopped at the gas station to fill up a tank. And you go, do we have to go to the freaking whatever it's?
I said it nicer than that. I said, do we go to Wrigley Fields or are you going to break up with me again?
You go, tell me now or forever hold your peace. And I went, I'm good.
Well,
unless it's close by.
Yeah, you said it depends where we are.
Yeah, it depends.
And I don't think we were close at all because we were pretty outside of downtown.
But I remember
you and I will go to a baseball game there eventually.
For the pod.
Yes. Yeah, we'll bring her gear.
No, we won't. But we will talk about it on the pod because we'll get a bunch of hot dogs. We'll get really hammered and go to a freaking Cubs game. I think a live pro baseball game would be fun as fuck.
Yeah, I've never been.
Especially at Wrigley Field. That's an iconic stadium. But going back to high school.
Yes.
Getting stoned. So
you're 17.
I was 17. I was a junior in high school. This is the first time I got high. This girl I was talking to was like, hey, we need to talk. Talking
to or dating?
No, we had been dating for a year and a half.
Okay, you just said talking to, so I want to make sure.
Yeah, the girl I've been dating, lost my virginity to. She was like, hey, we need to talk. We need to talk like face to face.
Yes, so I'm listening, sorry.
So I was like, okay. But here's the problem. My buddy Jonah and I were in the same math class.
What math do you think?
I can't remember. It was junior year.
So were you up to like algebra 2 yet?
It might have been algebra 2. I was sucked at math.
I know.
But at this point in the year, we had a long-term substitute teacher.
Oh shit.
And we had 8th period off.
Okay, yeah.
So what we would always do is go, "Hey, can we go to the gym?" We'd go like when you would get done with like the presentation or whatever, like the teacher, and it was study time, we'd go, hey, can we go work out?
So for me,
most of the time we would go work out.
Oh, really? Because for me, that was like, I would say like, hey, can I go do radio? Because in high school, I ran a radio class or radio
and they would always
studio.
say yes.
And like I remember one day I had one class and the other, like for a block period, the other 4 periods were either open, radio, or an open. So I would just be in radio for like all 6 hours a day.
Half the day.
Yeah.
Or most of the day.
Yeah.
But I remember this day we decided not to go work out.
Okay.
We decided Jonah had just recently gotten this cool piece. I've never seen anything like it. And it was the first time I had got high.
Yeah.
Was using this piece. It was this weird like vacuum tube thing. It was kind of like a vertical bong. If that makes sense.
So it's a long pipe.
So it was kind of like a long pipe with a plastic tube. And the bowl was at the end. So you lit the bowl and it filled the pipe up with smoke. Oof. And then you pull the bowl and it's like a vacuum.
Yeah.
You know, and it like shoots it in.
So pretty similar to a bong.
It's like a gravity type thing.
Yeah.
But it was super weird to use. I remember going to his bedroom in high school and doing it. And I had never been high at this point. Granted, after school, I'm supposed to meet with my girlfriend at the time
to
have a serious conversation, and I'm getting bullets out of my mind. I got everybody that has smoked has a first time smoking experience where you just go, "Oh, mine was great."
Mine was a panic attack. It was in our apartment bathroom.
Chris?
Where I let Chris operate the bong I was using.
Oh my God, yeah.
No.
That was your first time?
Yes.
Really?
It was horrible.
We'll dive into that after this.
Yeah.
But I remember we were in his bedroom, and it takes a while to kick in, you know?
Sure.
So I remember sitting there, and then all of a sudden, like I'm looking at him, his bedroom was super cool.
And you're aware of the girlfriend talk coming up.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's on your horizon.
I think 80% of the reason why I was doing this because I was avoiding that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, this sounds like so much better. You know? I didn't realize, weed's going to fuck me up.
Yeah.
So I remember like his windows were open. He had really cool woods like looking out of his bedroom window. And then I remember like turning towards him. And then all of a sudden it was like that really slow motion.
Just
like yeah. And I was just like, and I just started laughing.
I'm like, oh shit.
And I'm like really high because it's like this crazy pipe where it's like I like filled it with smoke.
Yeah, so you got probably like 3 hits at once.
It's a huge hit.
And it's your first time.
And it hits me. And then I remember we went into his living room And then Jagger showed up.
Yep.
And I remember like hiding behind like his front door when he showed up because I thought that'd be funny.
You also still do that. You are a big fan of hiding, and then hey.
I'm a big fan of hide and seek, I guess. But I was like super high, so I was like, let me hide. And then, but I didn't know how to like surprise, so I just kept standing there. And he walks in, Jonah. You know what I mean?
Instead of popping out, you're just there.
Yeah.
So instead of you're just Michael Myers just in the corner. Just.
Yeah, but I'm super high, so like, and I think Jonah at this point has been smoking for a lot. Jagger smokes for a lot.
He knows he's really high, but he also knows how to be high.
So like let me set the stage. I'm behind the door.
Yeah.
Jonah's opening the door for him, letting him in, and then just stands there as Jagger closes the door, and I go, and I'm behind the door and go, hi.
Do you actually talk, or do you let him like...
I think I kind of just do like a nod.
Does he see you?
Oh, yeah, because
okay.
he closes the door and he goes... And I just, hello. And then all three of us go. I think they smoke some more, and I
Dumbass.
go, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. No, we're still waiting for your relationship talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, this is I've been so high at this point. We start watching some show, blah, 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 blah. Long story
short. What show do you think it is?
I don't remember. It was some cartoon maybe, or some like high show you watch. But then I remember Jonah was like, I gotta go, dude. Like, he was like, I gotta go do stuff. Like, you gotta leave. And I was like, you're the one that brought me here from high school.
Yeah.
So then I think I either got a ride home or something. But I got home. Yes. And my cousin luckily was there.
Weird.
Because it was also the weekend of my mom's birthday. A lot of shit was happening it was a Friday. A lot of shit was happening this day.
Also just your cousin.
Well, we don't have to get into
That's
that.
a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I used to be really good friends with him.
He turned out to be a piece of shit in every way possible.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
Piece of shit. Any way you can imagine he's a piece of shit, it's that.
Yeah, especially...
Any way. Like, picture the worst way he's a piece of shit, it's that, and I promise you.
And involving maybe some weird shit with...
Yes.
Yeah.
Worst, yes.
Human garbage.
Yes.
But back in the day, I used to think he was super cool. Which is perspective...
Unfortunately, boy had a Tommy Lee dick.
He had,
and he whipped it out for all of us.
Which probably makes sense because a lot of shit with him. But luckily, I was so high when I got dropped off. And my mom was getting ready for her. It was like a big birthday party for her that week.
Do you think she would notice, like, oh my God, my kid's high? Or do you think she's just like...
I think she would have noticed because I was freaking out.
Oh, really? Okay. Because, like, I think my dad 100% would notice.
There was one time, like, a few weeks later where I did come home high to a bunch of family members, and I was like...
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was scary as fuck because I was, like, driving through gravel roads with Morgan. Just getting high, like, in the backseat.
God. I couldn't imagine doing that in high school.
Oh, yeah.
I was too stupid.
Thinking about what I did in high school, like, it all blurs together. So crazy. But I was like, hey... I have an airsoft gun. Do you want to go shoot it in the woods?
Who'd you say this to?
My cousin.
Oh, okay.
Because I just needed an excuse to leave.
Yep.
So we went to the woods.
What woods?
Between Valley Southwoods and the police station, which is technically the Frisbee golf course.
Yes, right.
But there's also woods there. And
one of the worst woods you could pick.
Yeah,
because
I was super high. But he didn't know I was high.
Sure.
I got into the car and I got super quiet.
Yes.
And I did this motion. if you're listening, I just sat still and put my head down. And he
Classic Robert move.
And he goes, hey, you doing all right? And I go, my girlfriend just broke up with me.
Wait, is that what happened in between?
Yeah. So
what the fuck? We skipped that.
No. But this is how it happened in my head. Because I was so high.
Yes.
My girlfriend at the time was like texting me, hey, can I meet you after school? And I went, sorry, I went to a buddy's. I went to a buddy's house.
Oh, you never met up with her?
No, I never did.
Oh, my God.
So then she ended it over text.
Not her fault that she ended it over text.
Don't blame her at all.
No.
100% because I freaking built her to that point.
Yes.
That was a piece of shit.
Yes.
100%. I've apologized to her probably 1,000 times. One time I messaged her out of the blue apologizing to her, and she was like,
stop.
Don't kill yourself. Like, it was like one of those, like,
oh my God.
it was like, because it was like, you know what I mean? Like it was like,
Oh God, knowing you're alive right now makes that so funny.
yeah, but like you know what I mean. Like it was one of those like random like I was like feeling super depressed
Like,
and
when you thought of all the people you wronged, I've thought about doing that
Yeah,
myself.
and
Where
I-
I'm like, hey,
and I
was
sent
a piece
him
of shit
a-
to you. I was a piece of shit to
Yeah.
you. Let me just apologize.
And I
then
think I
they're
had already
like,
apologized before, and then she was like, "Hey, it's been years."
don't kill yourself.
Yeah, she thought it was like one of those like goodbye freaking apology, and I was
That-
like, and I think I'm pretty sure I was driving when I was doing it. So I was
Props to her though for being that kind of person. Good for her.
like, yeah,
How's she doing?
I don't know, dude.
You haven't stalked her?
I don't think she was an only child. I don't think she does social media.
Oh,
Dude, it would be actually really cool to get coffee with her because I'm just very curious because I feel like we're two different fucking
adults.
Like we would be like, what? Who are
We
you?
date. We
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, and we both lost our virginities to each other. Like that's like a weird thing.
Another fun fact. I recently, me and my girlfriend went to Spirit Halloween, which is just is Spirit nationwide, do you think?
Halloween, I think so.
But like it's if you don't know it, I
It's a
feel like
pop-up
everyone
Halloween,
does.
pop-up Halloween show.
Where they move into any failed business where they just
Oh,
set up.
absolutely, they
Yeah.
do.
No, so we went to that, which is at our mall, which is falling apart right now. Like the mall we grew up on, Valley
It's
West.
falling apart.
Yes,
Makes
it's
sense.
horrible. No, so at one
Not as
point-
bad as freaking Southridge.
Right, yeah. So we went there, and then I took her to a special parking spot. I was like, hey, do you know what happened here?
Oh my! You actually took her to that
yeah,
spot.
I parked in the spot, and she's like, what? I'm like, this is where I lost my virginity.
Oh my
I know the exact parking spot. And then
Too bad you don't have that freaking
two
Ford
steps.
Taurus.
I know. No,
Oh
it wasn't
my
a Ford
God.
Taurus. It was a Mercury Sable,
Oh, Mercury.
which is the exact
Why did I say Ford Taurus?
Because they're the exact same car.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about cars. Why am I saying a
I
different
don't know.
car?
That's actually wild that you said that. Yeah. No, a 1997 Mercury Sable white with that sunroof in the
Yeah.
second to the
we fucking put a kayak on top
second
of
to
that
the,
fucker.
I know, second to the left parking spot when you get into Valley West Mall is where I lost my virginity, and 2 steps down is where I broke up with that girlfriend.
Sarah.
Yeah, I just remember.
I feel like she's doing exactly how you think she's doing.
Yes, she is. And also, shout out to her. I remember she was like, when we broke up, she's like, "Can I just have one more kiss?"
And,
And
you
then
go,
no,
and
no,
it's
no,
always so sad when someone says that.
no. But the thing is, before we broke up, she was on a family vacation where she had cheated on me with,
Oh, that's
and
fair.
during that trip, she had gotten mononucleosis, which is the kissing disease.
And she wanted to give you mono as a
She
fuck
gave me
you.
one last kiss in which she transmitted mono to me.
So she was it was a fuck you kiss.
Yes, she did
That's
not.
actually really funny.
No, if she was aware of it, I would have respected it because then I gave that to a coworker and her coworker's boyfriend.
And it spread to the movie theater
Yes,
quick.
because he wanted to fight me, and we both had mono. I was like, no, our kidneys or livers are like so big right now. We could literally die if we punched each other. Please don't.
Please don't punch me because you will kill me.
Yes, because I maybe gave you mono, right?
I don't think I've ever had
Oh, did you
mono.
not get sick at all? That because I remember we had like shared drinks. I thought you got like sick at one
I
point.
think
but
I'm
maybe not
I'm
mono.
like oddly immune to a lot of
No, mono you only get once, so maybe you've had it once.
I don't
And
think
it-
I've ever experienced mono. to be
Mono's
honest.
weird.
And I remember your mono experience because it's a cool fucking story.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. I just remember I was really tired all the time, and
Well,
I didn't do gym for a full semester
because of mono?
because your liver or kidney swells so high that literally if you got hit, it would burst.
Think about if you got mono at our age when we drink so much.
That would
after your
fucking suck.
kidneys or livers are already so swollen because of alcohol.
All right.
You'd probably die.
Yeah.
But going back to this story.
Yes.
So, at my peak highness,
Yes.
my girlfriend at the time is texting me like, "Hey, school's out. Can I see you?" And I'm making up all his excuses.
Because she drove to town, right?
Yeah, she went to Johnston.
Oh shit.
So it was a good 50-minute drive, and
Yeah.
I didn't have a car, so she had to drive to me to have the conversation. So she was waiting. It was a Friday after school. She was waiting for me to give her the okay to drive to me to have this
You were
conversation.
high as fuck.
And I just kept giving and then, yeah, so she ended it, no joke, while I'm at my, so she probably, in perspective, dude, I was so high, I don't even remember.
I don't even know this story.
But she probably ended it while I'm hiding behind the door for Jagger. Like, think about that.
And you were like, I'm high as fuck. I'm
I'm
gonna
high
scare
as
this
fuck.
boy.
I'm gonna scare this boy. I don't care. My girlfriend just broke up with me. I could live forever.
Just gonna piss in the wind for the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
But so that was my excuse to tell my cousin to get away from my family.
Of
is that
why
my-
you're acting weird.
why I'm acting weird, because I'm super stoned. So we went to that park to shoot airsoft guns.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And I think I did eventually go back there because I was like, this is a really cool setting for like a war scene or like a, you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
I think I did go back and get footage of
You
like
had
people,
film minded.
people running through woods.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool woodsy area. And we did that for a little bit. And then I came home and then I told my parents and mom and all that stuff.
That is such a weird experience of telling your parents your first girlfriend broke up with you. I have a story about that.
But like they got all sad for me because
Yes.
I went, she broke up with me,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I was like, "Actually, I've been a piece of shit to her for 3 months over
Sure.
text, and I actually like
Deserve this.
we lost our virginity together, which you guys don't know about."
Did you tell them that?
No,
No.
no. I'm just saying like
Do
we
you think
lost
they
our
know that?
I don't. My siblings know, so
And your siblings talk.
yeah, but. We lost our virginity together, and then we fooled around a couple more times. She would always take me to work, and then afterwards, I was like, I think I remember pulling up with the excuses. I don't want to go to college dating somebody, and we were juniors in high school. I think it was that was like I was like I was a piece of shit. I think that was no joke. I'm not making this up. I think that was something. I think that was something I said. Like I was. I am so sorry to everybody I have ever dated because I am a piece of shit.
That's such a good one.
It is,
Oh
and
my
I think she fought it. She goes, "We have another year left." Like I think you know.
I have to pee, but I'll be right back.
But yeah, I do apologize to everybody that I dated in the earlier years of my life because didn't know how to deal with my feelings and was kind of shitty. So, but cheers.
All right, so that does kind of remind me of my first breakup ever. Well, my first real breakup ever.
Is it Sarah?
No. Maddie.
Oh, Maddie. Okay.
Yep.
Because you dated her for
6 months.
6 months. Was your longest?
Freshman year. Pretty good. No, that was my longest relationship until today.
Jesus, freshman year of high school?
Yeah, I had a 6 month relation. Oh, wait, no, I had a 10-month relationship out of high school. I forgot about that. But yes,
Who's the 10 months?
you know her. We weren't friends.
I know her.
No, you don't know her.
Oh,
Yeah, we weren't friends during this.
so you've never told me the story?
It's not. I mean, I've told you stories.
Is it the climbing girl?
No. Anyways, so my first
Sorry.
big breakup. I remember my parents. It starts with my parents had just gone on they were about to go on a big diet, and that was the preamble. So I remember they were gonna get Culver's on the way home. My favorite
Dude.
fast food place, the best.
It's a Midwestern Culver's, I think.
They do.
Dude, why every
they do
episode
dairy products extremely well.
Every episode we talk about fast food.
I know, but their burgers are butter burgers,
Their Butterburgers and their cheese.
cheese curds. It's Wisconsin.
They make
Their-
their own root beer.
Yes, and their ice cream is
It's not. It's custard,
yeah, custard,
but
which
it's fucking incredible.
So good.
And I will say, overall, I like ice cream better. But if we're talking Culver's, fucking give me Culver's every day.
Every day, yes.
Because it's like
it's the thickness is perfect.
basically ice cream.
Yes. No, so that
Culver's is fucking. God, I used to live next to one in Altoona,
oh my god.
and I would go there all the time. Dude, I haven't had Culver's in
No, it's
forever.
15 minutes away
It's-
from my house. It
Yeah, I don't
fucking
even
sucks.
know where's the nearest Culver's.
South 14th, past Walmart. It's horrible.
And that's probably not even a good one. Is
That's
there's probably
fine.
one in West Des Moines.
Yep, 22nd Street
22nd Street.
or Jordan Creek.
There's one on Jordan Creek.
Yeah. Or Mill Civic, maybe. No, it's Jordan Creek.
God.
Anyways,
Culver's is. I want it right now. It's
Yes.
so. And they got crinkle cut fries.
I know. Anyways,
Dude, it's incredible.
shut the fuck up.
Dude, you got me horny, dude. You can't.
All right, so my parents were about to go on a big diet. They were gonna lose a bunch of weight, but this was their like last meal was Culver's.
Hell yeah.
I remember once before they did that, they got Culver's. I had the flu, so that ruined Culver's for me for like a year. And then up to this point, I was like finally okay with it.
Up to this, you haven't had Culver's up to this point?
I probably did, but either way. But so.
What else did you get food Okay, never mind. We can go down so many. Why don't we?
What?
We have a podcast, and sometimes when we don't get like super drunk, we're like, ran out of things to talk about, and now I have like so many. Now I have like, tell me about this time.
That's why we have to get drunk.
That's why our podcast is on Moist Monday.
Anyway, so
people probably hate these fucking episodes because we
sure.
never finish anything.
So I remember they had gotten Culver's, and I had gotten a call on my phone. It was from my girlfriend at the time. So I remember I accidentally hang up instead of clicking like the pickup sign because it was like old smartphone, so I just hit the wrong button.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then instantly I got a call from her best friend.
What?
Yeah. And so I picked it up, and then
you answered her best friend.
Yeah, and then
that's not a good sign.
I know. Yeah, but then it was my girlfriend's voice that came through at the time, and she was sobbing, and then I could hear her.
Why? Because you were at Culver's?
No, and then I could
She's
hear. She's
vegetarian.
Shut the. I think she. Wait, she might have been actually.
Oh.
I think she was, but I could hear her best friend crying in the background, and no.
Why was your best friend crying?
Because it was on her phone, I guess. I don't.
What is happening?
Exactly.
I guess emotions are strong.
That's what I was asking.
In high school, I was the opposite. Didn't know how to portray emotions. Yes. Piece of shit. They knew how to. They knew how to cry.
And then so I answer. I'm like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" I don't fucking know.
You're in line at Culver's right now?
No, I'm drunk right now, so I don't know how I answered.
No, but when you answered, you were in line at Culver's?
No, my parents had gotten Culver's for me.
You were at home
so
eating Culver's.
I walked upstairs to my bedroom, and I just hear my girlfriend.
I was picturing you in the car at Culver's. Okay, so you're at home with Culver's.
Yes. All right. So
I'm trying to set the scenario.
So my girlfriend's called me. I didn't answer because I clicked the wrong button. Then my girlfriend's best friend called me, and I pick up, and then my girlfriend's on the line. She's sobbing.
Yep.
I'm like, "Hey, what's up?
What's up, boo?
Why are you calling from your friend's phone?" And she was just crying. She's like, "Hey, I don't think it's gonna work." And then instantly, I'm just like, "Holy shit, what is happening?"
It just came out of the blue?
Yeah. No, it was like the second day of summer. We did the last 6 months of our like junior year. Freshman year.
Yeah, freshman year. So like, what?
I think the moment we weren't together every day
makes sense.
She was like, "Let's cut it off."
Perspective, because it's like, oh, it's cool seeing you every day, hanging out at the lockers, but then summer vacation, 3 months without seeing you.
Yeah.
We can't drive.
I know. I was about to be able to drive. I was so mad about that.
Damn,
yeah,
dude,
so
that's like a fucking brick. You know, like that's like
imagine that when you're 15 though.
And imagine you're gonna have a freaking great fast food meal.
Yeah,
which is Culver's.
Because also
we are sponsored by Culver's. Make sure you use a promo code I almost said got G.
No, it's moist.
If
we get a promo code, it's
gonna be moist. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
But
no. So she calls me like sobbing, and
so they have been thinking about this for a while.
I think her friend kind of amped her up to it.
But they're oh yikes, dude!
Because the three of us were really good friends for the last part of our freshman year. Yes, she's crying. She said it's not going to work.
That's because her friend liked you.
I doubt it. But either way,
well,
and like I remember,
you probably dressed exactly like you are now.
Probably,
but
honestly.
With massive hair.
Yeah, that's true. She did tell me she'd break up with me if I ever shaved my head. She told me that in freshman year.
I will say, good thing she ended it.
Yeah,
because look at you now.
Yeah, so she called me, told me we were done, and I just remember.
That's what she said to you?
I don't fucking know. I just remember not being able to handle it. Where I remember one of my excuses of why I loved her was like, anytime I hear a love song on the radio, I think about you. How is this not love? And she's like, what are you talking about?
That's every fucking song on Kiss 107 FM.
No, 102.5 is what I listen to. I just remember that being...
Kiss 107.5 was Kiss 107.5.
No, but I listened to Star 102.5.
That's not the love station.
That was a love station, yes. No, but I remember that being my excuse. Is I was like, then if we aren't in love, why do love songs remind me of you? When her and I's song was "Hey There, Delilah," because I could play those.
I fucking love that song.
No, because I could play that on guitar because it's 3 fucking notes. Is why it was our song.
And actually, if you think about it, that song
for her.
I think that song is about like
a stalker situation.
Yeah,
yes, no. Delilah was a fucking victim of whoever the lead singer of the.
Yeah, the guy that he met her at a party and then just didn't.
And she moved away from him.
And he only had one night with her.
I don't,
You know,
yeah.
at the party, and
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that's the
He
story.
did not leave her alone. Yeah.
yeah.
So I remember that was my excuse of like,
Play My Tees. What a weird band.
if we aren't in love, why does every song remind me of you? Obviously, we're in love. I want to marry you. And I was 15
Dude, it's
probably.
so
Because she touched my penis twice. And
over
I touched
the
her
pants,
under the pants. And I
Under the
touched her boob
pants.
twice. Never saw them.
under the bra.
Yes. But only touch. No sight.
Remember back in the day where it was like
That was the end goal?
no, where it was like you touched the boob over or under the bra.
Yeah.
Like
Under.
it was like
Under.
because back in the day it was that gradual progression.
Before we were all sluts.
Nowadays it's just like,
Did you lick her ass?
did you fucking fuck her or what? And you go,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's like, all right.
I was gonna say something about Play My Tees.
I don't fucking know.
What a weird band,
Yeah.
but also like because Hey There Delilah, incredible song.
Fine song.
But,
Don't
like,
give it too many props.
No, but like it blew up.
Yes.
And it was like the love song. But then also like, okay, here's where I was going. I forgot. I forgot for a split second. Now I remember.
Yes.
I have two ways to go with this.
Okay.
The first way is you're talking about like the teen love songs.
Yes.
It just makes you think of that Bo Burnham
yes.
love song
Mm-hmm.
where
Repeat stuff.
repeat stuff where
Yep.
it's like,
All bullshit.
but when you're that age, that's how they feel.
It's not bullshit.
So
no,
Bo Burnham is so smart because he knows what he's doing and it's a joke song. But also when you're that age and
it
going through that,
truly captures the emotions
And
that
it
you're
d-
going
dude,
through.
remember like like it was like episode 7 or something when that one girl with a 3 name
Yes.
broke up with me at prom or at we have
Just
to
because I
bleep
know.
it.
I know.
We have
That's
to
why I did it.
beep beep beep. And I listened to Nelly's Just a Dream. And that song is so stupid. It's a stupid pop song. But like I was so young and emotional and so raw and
So
like,
that's what
and that's-
Hey There
and-
Delilah was for me.
and that's how those songs wore, that Bo Burnham's so smart to be like, let me write these non-specific love songs
And let
that
me
people will
explain to you
attach
why
to.
you're stupid.
Yeah. And then write a song about a girl that can't hear or doesn't have arms.
Yes. Right.
But she can't use iTunes, so fuck her. that's part of the lyrics of the song.
And that's how
And
I
then he swallows Satan's dick, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Bo Burnham, so good. And then the other thing I was going with Hey There Delilah,
Yes.
Play My Tees,
3 notes.
super depressing turn.
Okay.
I wanted to start with a funny turn, but they wrote a song called 1 2 3 4. Do you remember that song?
One of the ultimate love songs of that generation.
When I was younger,
Yes.
that song became my brother's song.
Why?
My brother that died of cancer. Just to make everyone uncomfortable.
I hate that made me laugh.
No,
because I knew the blanket you were throwing
You-
down. Yeah. Of like, hey, just so you know.
just so you know, he died.
before you make fun of this song. Cancer.
No, but now that's like the song. That's like his song now.
That's a weird song for it to be his song.
I mean, it's kind of a lovey-dovey, you know.
That's more like relationship.
I don't know.
Lovey-dovey, isn't it?
I don't know how it became because when he passed away as a junior high, so I had no control of his songs. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for his passing song.
Good. You shouldn't blame me for anything anymore.
God.
What? We're allowed to joke
Yeah,
about
both
it.
of our siblings had cancer.
Yeah.
Mine survived, though.
Listen to the podcast. You should know this by now. We're episode 30 plus, dude. But every time my family hears that song, they go, Armstrong's with us. And
I'm just
I don't think I quite believe in that shit.
I don't. It's like when
Because
people.
it's also like
that's like when
you're
people see
latching
like.
onto something that
No, that's like when people see a certain bird outside and they're like, God, Grandma loves us. And I'm like, shut the fuck
because
up.
the blue jay showed up.
Yeah, like that
Yeah,
shit.
it's kind of like, I mean, I do kind of, a small part of me appreciates the sentiment.
Sure.
Like it like I'm like, okay. Like,
Pick a weirder song, though.
but also, how often are you hearing that song?
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Speaking about my dad, though, I did want to tell you this, and
Okay.
now would be a great time to bring it up because of transitions.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm so excited.
over the weekend, I did a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. at the
Yeah,
end,
we'll dive
yes.
into that. But I was able to raise a lot of money for Children's Cancer Connection, which is a local Des Moines, a nonprofit organization that does great things for children's cancer.
Yes.
My dad texted me
Okay.
this morning, and he went, "How'd it go? like, what'd you end up raising? And I told him we ended up raising $10,000+.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Ridiculous
It's
amount.
fucking, dude. That's basically a third of my salary.
I know.
That's in 24 hours. I got real emotional.
We'll deep dive into it.
Yeah, I got
yes.
really emotional when it happened. But he texted me and he was like, "Oh my God, great job, proud of you."
Yeah.
But then the text continued.
Oh my God.
And he went, "I only need $50 more for my fundraiser to run for free at the marathon."
What the fuck? What the fuck?
No joke. I'll show you the text.
Wait, so he asked you to give $50
No,
of
he
your...
didn't ask me.
Okay.
He said
He brought it up.
He said,
Okay.
"Good job, proud of you." He started this conversation. He said, "Good job, proud of you." He says, "I only need $50 more to run for free
Yes.
at the marathon."
Why do marathons cost money?
Well, every Tough Mudder costs money,
That's fair.
but he.
So that means, but like a marathon
But-
can't cost more than $100.
But as soon as he said that, I go,
Hey.
"You're the same old person I know.
Yeah, what are you gonna say to that?
You're not.
You don't.
You're not raising because he's raising money so he can run for free.
Yeah.
I'm raising money to raise money.
You
know
raise
what?
money with something that is free.
Yeah, like
Yeah, streaming costs nothing.
and also
Okay.
to sign up for a marathon.
that can't be.
What the
that costs $50?
Just fucking cough up $50 or something. Like, and then so I just put getting close. That was my response. That was my response. And then he didn't respond
sure.
because I'm guessing he was trying to be like, "Can I have 50 of that?
Right,
50
yeah.
of that 10,000 or something?"
Christ,
And I was
yeah.
just like,
Fuck off.
yeah, that fucking. When,
That's
I'll show you the.
Nike.
I'll show you the. Yeah, I'll show you the text. It was like, Jesus Christ.
All right, but amidst his mistakes, let's talk about your accomplishments. So, this
Doesn't
weekend you
feel-
ran a 24-hour live stream.
Oh my God.
Of you just playing video games
Yeah,
with
so
your
this is our-
buddy from Gaming Off
Yeah,
the Grid.
Wes from Getting Off the Grid. So this
Shout
is
out to Wes. Apparently he listens to
Dude,
this.
he did say it on live stream. He did say, "Yeah, I listen to it at work," and I'm like, "You listen to this bullshit fucking podcast
Do you also remember his speech of like
about starting a podcast?"
yeah, where he's like, "We're not gonna talk like you can only start a podcast if you have something to talk about." I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god!"
like-
I was online during that part,
And like an hour before that, he talked about listening to the Moist Money podcast.
I was
And then
so-
he went on a full rant of shitting on the podcast.
just in general, like he didn't
And
say ours,
No,
but like
I was also like, ours doesn't have a.
no, we have nothing to talk about.
So then I was also like,
I'm glad you noticed it. Too.
I did,
I
in the
thought it
moment-
was so funny.
I don't know
though.
if you noticed, I didn't say much during when he was.
Oh no, I mean, but also when he rants, he rants. It's like me when I rant. I rant.
Yeah, just gotta let it happen. But over the weekend, Friday, September 9th through September 10th, we live streamed for 24 hours straight. Yes. People were asking me, "Are you gonna be on?" Yes. We don't take turns. We don't take
Yeah,
shifts. We
you
don't
don't take
sleep.
naps,
We
yeah.
don't. Yeah, it's us on the camera for 24 hours. Yeah, we'll get up. We'll take a piss. We'll grab some beer. We'll grab some water.
snacks.
We'll
or
grab some
whatever.
snacks.
But you don't fall asleep.
No,
yeah.
we are 100% awake straight for 24 hours on live stream. This is our 4th year doing it.
Can people still donate to it?
Yeah, we've been raising
Okay.
money all month long. We tried doing it the day of, but it takes a while to kick in. So we
Sure.
can now do fundraisers on our channel, which
Okay.
is cool. So like, if you click on a video, it will say fundraiser.
Okay. And
I don't know if we have it active right now, but it has now been approved. It got approved today.
Okay.
Which sucks because we were hoping it got approved during our live stream, but
yeah, that'd be a good time.
but we
and that channel is Gaming Off the Grid.
yeah, Game Off the Grid. It's a YouTube channel about video games and craft beer. Talk about it a lot.
And on that video, still like in the description, will list your Venmo and PayPal, right?
The video is delisted.
Oh,
Because it's anything over 12 hours, YouTube can't support.
you can't keep. Okay.
So, what sucks is because there's so many moments I would like to clip from that,
Oh, you can't even review it.
I can't even watch.
That sucks.
So any of the past fucking 3 or 4 years, I
Fuck.
can't. Yeah.
That's shitty.
So next year we're gonna try and come up with a method of screen recording.
you could just have people screen record 10 hours at a time.
Yeah.
or
So I'm
something.
thinking I'll have my laptop up streaming the stream
Yes.
and just screen record for 24
Yes.
hours.
That makes sense.
Because YouTube can't handle it, so there's so all that footage is lost, which sucks because there's so many good things I would like
Just
to.
little funny, dumb clips or like his speeches or just big moments.
Yeah, big moments.
The
or-
moment you realized. Yeah.
the moment I teared up.
So
like-
let's start with how much did you raise for children's cancer?
So what's crazy is the first year we did it, we raised $600,
Which I didn't even watch that.
which was fucking. I don't even know if we were friends at this point because this is the first.
This is my third year watching it with my girlfriend because this is the start of our relationship. This was the first thing we like watched together. I remember was 3 years ago. Your guys' live stream.
Okay, so it went. I'm trying to.
600 something.
$600.
Yeah.
And then it was
three something.
Now I feel like I'm missing something.
I can Google it, or I can look on.
No,
here.
this is our 4th year. Yeah,
Yes.
we're right. So it went $600.
Yes.
3,000.
I remember that. Yes.
And then the year after, last year, was 8,200.
82. Yes.
Almost tripled it.
Right.
This year, I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, we're a little bit bigger than we were last year.
Because I expect you guys just to get about the same as you did last year.
Because that's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's a shit ton, especially for what like
one day of one channel
there's
raising money.
There was a rant that went on like we are just two dudes that talk about video games and craft beer.
Again, gaming off the grid.
We are nobodies.
On YouTube.
Like we talk about like we're nobodies. Like,
yes.
But then when we all come together, we can make an impact.
It can be something. Yes.
So like this year, I set our. We were talking about before the stream. It was like, what's our goal? And I was like,
because there's a percentage of this raised, and that's kind of nice to see.
Yeah, I like updating that. So we were trying to think of like what to do, and my initial goal was like 5. I was like, 5 is a fucking heavy. $5,000. That's a lot.
Last year or this year?
No, for this year, because I'm like 82. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
That might be unrealistic.
Sure.
So I was saying, I think 5 is a good goal.
Just for people to see,
if
like
we can
if you
hit
raise
5,
up,
and then we can increase it,
you'll be happy. Yes.
And Wes said, let's set it for 10. And I was like, man, that's a stretch because we had 82. That's a fuck ton of money.
Because 82 might have been a, like, not a glitch, but like a, we had a good amount. Like,
well, dude, last year,
like good members saw.
Last year, there was 1, 2, or 3 people, no joke, that donated $1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I did not know that.
This year, my grandparents did donate 1,000. But that was the only 1,000 we had, so it was a lot of small.
Okay,
donations.
so 8,000 seemed like a shit ton
yeah.
again.
So, yeah, if you have 3 people donating 1,000, then everyone else just has to do 5,
right,
to get to 82.
Yeah.
So he said, "Let's try for 10," and I was like, "All right."
Setting up for failure, kind of,
but also like, a good goal. Try to
also
increase what we
great
did.
percentage wise. So if I donated $100, that's 10%, or whatever. Yeah.
Or 1/100th.
Is that 10%? Or is that 1%?
10% would be 1,000 of 10,000.
Oh shit! Yeah. So holy shit! I do because I donated like less than 200.
I think you donated probably close to 200.
I think I donated
overall.
1,700, or I mean 1,000. No, 170 something.
$175.
I think so. Yes.
I think you were damn near close to 200, and then I think Izzy was over like 150. So I think
combined we were
household,
close to 300.
Yeah, which is fucking incredible.
But that's
Thank
wild.
you.
We were 3%.
Yeah, but dude, everything. Everything adds up. People are donating dollars. People are donating.
So what's your total that you reached?
So this year we ended with $10,303.
$10,003.
Now, obviously, there's going to be
crazy.
We did 3 forms of payment: PayPal, Venmo, and Super Chat. And
Super Chat takes a ridiculous
Super Chat takes
amount.
30%.
Yeah, which is insane.
So we're gonna cover the fees with our ad revenue. So I think we're just gonna donate a flat fee of 10.
Okay, that's
which
fair.
is fucking.
Unless Moist Monday podcaster fans donate and bring that number up.
Yeah, I mean, we're still. There's a lot of people like during the stream that says, "Hey, I don't have the money right now. Can I donate later in the month?"
Like next paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and we were like, "Hell yeah, we're collecting." So we might increase it depending on what
if
happens,
you get enough, yeah.
because of fees and everything. Luckily, a third. If it was all Super Chat, we would have been fucked.
Right.
Luckily, only a third of the Super Chat was the total.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
which is such a bummer.
Only 3,000 was Super Chat, so only 30% of it. So we literally got taxed $1,000 off that 3,000. So which means our total is like 9,000 something.
Right. But
and now our ad revenue.
Yes.
But this stream got 6,000 plus views.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Because I kept it open for probably about close to 10 hours.
We had fucking 50 plus people almost the entire time.
That's awesome. Because when I was there, it was mostly like 70 to like 120.
Over the night is when it got slow. There was a moment.
Sure.
There was a moment where we hit, I think we were around 5K. And it was the
like
chat.
2 a.m.
The chat slowed down. Well, what's crazy about the middle of the night is UK people are starting to wake up. So we had a lot of people saying good morning from Australia.
Like, holy shit, the Queen's dead.
No, well, they had already known that. But it was so surreal and so crazy, like, because you go through these waves of different time zones that people are waking up and you go, oh, good morning, it's fucking 3 a.m.
What
here.
the fuck's up? Yeah.
But there was a good hour stretch or 2 hour stretch where the chat was slow, no donations were coming through. We were like, oh man, maybe we're fucked.
But like in the middle of the night, you gotta expect that.
Yeah.
What were you playing at that time?
Probably initial hits or something
Sure.
like that. Just something to keep us awake. We played a lot of video games, but also like when these.
How many
things-
games do you think you played?
Fuck.
Less than 20, I bet.
We played less than 20. We played Burnout Revenge a lot. We played Gauntlet Legends, initial hits,
A lot of golf.
Cuphead. We played Tiger Woods, PGA Tour.
No, I never saw
06
Cuphead.
And 07. Cuphead was probably late Friday night because that was Wes's first beer.
Okay.
Because he played Cuphead for an hour and a half straight without me playing.
Okay.
Because he was like, I gotta get this boss,
Yeah.
and he just kept playing, and he was like, I need a beer.
That's got to be nice for you, though, just to take a little break from the screen.
I'm watching the chat and talking for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you are
know?
good about that. Because my goal was just to slowly just throw in little things to get you guys amped. Because I got Wes on one rant.
Did you really?
When I said, like, why are you guys gaming off the grid if you... or I think I said, I expected a lot more... survivalist.
I
stuff
think
on
I
this
think
channel.
I said that.
But he went on a rant before you said, like, oh, it was Jacob who said that.
That's because we started drinking pretty early that morning.
Yeah, you started I started drinking when you guys started playing or drinking, so probably like 10 a.m.
Because you were like, I got the day off, and then you were just drinking scotch.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a weird, surreal. And there was a moment when we were at the 22nd hour where we were pushing to match our goal from last year, which was 8,200.
Yeah, I was on for that.
We were pushing to get 8,200 because we were like, let's do a giveaway at 8,200. And we had no plans of doing a giveaway.
Oh, I didn't know that because I was waiting.
All this giveaway shit, Wes was like pulling, and I was like, whoa. And then our buddy Megadan,
Yes,
sent in a photo of some PS2 games, and we gave
Megadan was incredible on your channel. Also, shout out to Megadan on
29,
YouTube.
yeah,
Megadan 29.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's really cool.
Or what's his website that he owns? Destroy My Ass.
DestroyMyAss.com.
Yeah, to check out Megadan, Google destroymyass.com.
He also owns he owns two.
Because you suggested one, and I looked it up, and it was just gay porn. It was dudes.com. I looked it up, and it was just
That's what
just guys jacking off.
That's what he quotes. He quotes that while he's streaming. He said dudes.com is the place to be. Dude, he's a funny fucker. But he legit owns two URLs.
And one of them is destroymyass.com.
That takes him to his YouTube page.
Yeah, so Google destroymyass.com again for Megadan 29.
One of the best gamers I've ever met, and he's a cool fucking funny dude.
I liked him in the chat.
He's a, you know what I used to do back in high school? Bang dudes.
Is he actually gay?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's married and has two kids.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what makes it really funny.
Because I kept playing.
He just
off
does it as a bit.
Because I remember when you guys were talking about giveaways, I commented, "Donate this amount. You can use Megadan as a puppet." And just nobody responded. I was like, "I'm gonna keep throwing stuff out there." Then.
People just it's so we hit our goal of 8,200 with the 22 hours in. And we were talking about, like, you know, this whole reason and all this stuff. And
yeah,
I will say, granted, at this point, I had been drinking,
right?
You know, and then also emotions are high because we're doing a huge thing. But then I asked Wes, I was like, so if we hit, let's say we stop, we still got 2 hours to go, but let's say we hit 8,200. What are we at total for the past 4 years to give to the Children's Cancer Connection?
Oh shit, that's an interesting question.
So he added it up on his phone, and we were $20,000 plus at our match.
So you had another 2,000.
Yeah, so we're over 20,000 over the past 4 years donated. So when he showed me that number, I was like, that was when it hit me.
Yeah.
I was like,
because I noticed last year you guys were more pumped about the number than this year because you guys just seemed like, holy, like just keep going.
That's because this year we were like,
what the fuck?
But I remember that's when it hit me. I was like, and I started like tearing up, like, and then so Wes took over talking.
Sure.
And I kind of quit talking for a little bit because I kept wiping my tears.
Because it's literally a difference you guys made.
Yeah, I was like, dude, we're two YouTubers that has given this community, and I think I brought it up like on live stream. I was like, because like COVID really affected them hard, and like they weren't able to do all their volunteer things, and like and just think of over the past 4 years we've given them $20,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a substantial.
So
amount.
that really hit me, and like I needed another beer at that point because I think I had promised, hey, if we hit 8K, I'll drink another beer. Like I was giving stupid shit, and I had to take a piss. So like but then I just started tearing up, and I went to grab another beer, and then I went to go take a piss, and then I broke down in Wes's bathroom.
Around what time do you think?
22 hours in. So I think like.
So that's when I was watching.
Yeah, you were live, so
Yeah.
you might have seen me doing this motion a lot.
Sure. But I was
wasn't
also drunk.
I wasn't talking. So Wes is
Sure.
probably on a rant.
on one of his speeches.
I wasn't talking, and I think he could acknowledge because he kept like kind of like doing like this.
That's
motion.
got to be interesting for him to be like, oh, this actually means the world to this other person. Like, I'm happy we're doing this, but like this, I mean, like with you,
Yeah, a lot of
it's the
people-
same with like you and me, where we both have actually had attachments to
Yeah.
childhood cancer
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I had to explain it a few times because people were like, "What are you doing this for?" And like,
God, I remember in the chat once I was like, hey, not to be a bummer, but what age did Robert's brother die? And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, why are you saying that?
someone said that.
Yes.
I don't remember. Did I acknowledge that?
No, the comments were like, hey, 4. Stop.
Really? I don't even
there-
remember reading
No, there's
that.
like a few comments where like, he was 4 years old. You don't need to talk about that.
Jesus
yeah, the
Christ.
person was like, not to be a bummer, but like, when did this child die?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I do not remember that.
No,
at
it was
all.
like a main comment.
that might have
too.
been that might have been during a rant, and also could have been while I was crying.
Yeah, that.
But I
that's
remember,
fair.
I remember breaking
It probably
down.
would have been around that.
I remember breaking down because we had stopped playing games for a while, and we were just talking.
The last hour, you guys didn't really play until the last like 10 minutes. We were like, oh shit.
We got to finish this game. And,
When just the fucking money started
and we were
coming
already
in.
past the it's
Yeah.
fucking because I kept going. My Venmo kept fucking bugging.
Yeah.
But I remember bawling in like Wes's bathroom, and I like took deep breaths, and I was like, "Fucking get together." And we're fucking live stream. We got
That's
2 hours to
such a
go.
cool
And then
moment,
like as
though.
soon as I sat down and then I started talking again, like it just kept
Yeah.
coming, dude. And I was like, so there's, I mean, obviously it's gone, and I can't. There's no video of it, but like
Sure.
I remember being like, I'm live on the internet right now, fucking holding back tears.
See, I did not notice that
Okay,
because
so,
also I was like,
maybe other people didn't notice, but I think Wes could tell because he kept talking.
no, but
And
also when
I got
Wes is talking,
but I
you're
got
very much like,
but I got
oh, Wes
very
is drinking.
quiet
Sure.
during that moment, and then yeah, it was
That's
so
so cool,
surreal. And then
though.
we hit 10K plus 10K,
'Cause what'd you say you ended at?
10,303 total. This is pre fucking Google,
Sure, yeah.
30% and all this stuff, but. So I think our goal is to give it
10.
a good even 10,
Yeah, that's awesome.
which is still fucking. That still puts us. We're given
It's
over the past 4 years. We've given them
ridiculous amount.
$22,000.
That's crazy.
Which, dude, can you imagine like, because like Principal and all these other big companies
Don't-
give money to the Children's Cancer Connection because
Because
of golf
also-
tournaments and all this stuff.
Well, no, let's also not think that like they give that because they want to give it. No,
they
it's
give
a
it-
tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off.
No, I remember when I worked at Walgreens, they were like, yeah, sell as many of these $1 things as you can.
The candy bars.
I was like, oh, that's great. And then when I looked into it, I was like, oh, no, this is just so Walgreens can give a write-off.
Yeah.
Like, no, fuck them. Like,
I
no-
mean,
yeah.
What's weird is we're not a business, so like I got literally $3,000 to my Venmo that I'm gonna get taxed on,
True.
but I can write it off as a donation.
Right.
But I think I'll still get taxed partially because of it,
Sure. Yeah.
which sucks. So next year, hopefully, we'll have an LLC because that's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I never thought about that, especially because they're cracking down on that shit
Yeah,
now.
anything over $600, which is so because that's not income. That's literally going straight to the.
Like, yeah, I wish you could
But-
just show them that.
It's so surreal thinking that like yeah they have all these photos of people from these companies donating all this amount, but then there's just Wes and I that are just these two freaking video game.
Where it's literally you guys did everything you could to
and we
raise
live
money.
streamed for 24 hours straight, and now here's a $10,000
when
check.
you guys have zero income on top of that. Like, you guys aren't making real money.
we're
Like,
making money, but not
not like
livable.
not a company where they're like, oh, we can just throw this here,
No,
so
yeah,
we don't
we're-
get it taxes heavily.
we
Like,
get we
you
make,
guys are throwing.
we make $500 a month.
Yeah. No, you guys
and that's
are-
over two people, so that's $250 a month.
So
you know?
you-
And we don't
You're
we
throwing
keep it in a
half of
bank.
your guys' yearly income from you, like not even income.
Yeah.
But like you guys are throwing a large amount of
It's fucking-
anything you make towards purely this. When you guys could just like, let's just like you guys could fuck around with it, but no.
No, and this is gonna be a thing. Like going into it, I was nervous because I had work that day. So
Sure.
total, I was up for like 40 hours, which a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I can't believe you're still awake." And I go, "Technically, I've been awake for 36." And
Yeah.
like, so how you doing?
Because I've done like 40 hours like 4 times maybe throughout my like childhood.
And it's like one of those things where we're gonna do it every September because it's
Right.
September Children's Cancer Awareness Month. It's also Wet-tember, so we're gonna be drinking too during it, and it's just like it's fucking hard. It's
Did you get like a really because like I
it's
can't
mentally hard.
well like I'm saying I can't stare at a screen for 24
Dude, my
hours.
body hurt.
No, did you get like a really bad headache or anything from screen time?
I felt weird as fuck, and I'm
Sure.
still kind of recovering. But
Yeah.
no joke, my body hurt from sitting in that chair for.
I bet
Like my lower back, and then when I stood up, my legs hurt. Like,
because you were in that chair for at least 23 hours.
oh yeah, and then occasionally when my back would hurt, I'd get on my knees and I would kneel
Sure.
down just to, and then I go back to the chair because it's more comfortable, and then I go, oh, like my body hurt.
Yeah, I fucking bet. What was your favorite game to play during this?
I think, obviously, Burn and Revenge was incredible. I freaking love the game, but I think a game that we discovered. I knew about it and I played it, but
Yeah.
a game that I'm in love with now is Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
I love Gauntlet games so much.
I have played them before,
They're
but
so
I have
dumb,
never,
so easy.
but I had
It's
never
just-
played them to this point of playing them for this long.
Sure.
We're doing we're doing a
Where like there's
3-player,
actually a story and it's interesting.
and we've beaten one of the worlds.
Yep.
And we've gotten one of the gemstones.
Yep.
For the whatever, and then
I
now we're on to
remember
the
that as
next
a
world,
childhood.
and dude, it's basically like a button masher, stupid, simple.
Because you can't
Anybody
do
can
that
pl-
much to attack. It's
No,
just
it's just
two buttons.
And
to
I'm just an
attack,
archer, so I'm in the back.
basically. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you need health? Here's health. And
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
miss
so
that game.
simple, but it's so much freaking fun. And it's a great multiplayer game because you work together, but then you also compete. To be like, oh, I got more money than that.
Yeah.
Than you that time, and
Right.
it's a great game.
And-
And it's a weird. I still feel weird.
That you played that while making a legitimate accomplishment in the world.
That's what's weird is like $10,000 is a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And it's like fucking surreal, and it doesn't feel real to me. Like it feels like, I know this podcast is going like super probably really long, but like I've been in a funk for a while,
Sure.
and it just doesn't feel real.
Sure. No, that's
And I'm
a
having
wild thing to
and I'm
do.
having like all these weird like mixed emotions.
Sure.
So like post stream, obviously I'm super exhausted.
I can't even
I'm
imagine.
tired. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm happy. But then also I'm depressed and I have anxiety.
Just overall, yes.
Yeah, and like all this shit, like, because I don't know if you know about this, but this is one of the things I want to talk about today. But
Sure. We didn't get to it.
we didn't get to it, so I'll bring it up now. This is going to be a
Alright.
longer episode. I'm on anxiety medicine.
Yes.
My doctor gave it to me for 6 months.
Okay.
My 6 months is up,
Yeah.
so I ran out of medication.
Okay.
I can't see my doctor till the end of September.
Oh.
So I've been off my meds for a week and a half now,
Which means they're probably starting to kick out right now.
which means
right?
I'm on withdrawal,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Sure. How are you feeling overall, though?
Terrible.
Really mixed with everything?
100% terrible.
Nothing's adding like a blanket to it?
No.
Okay.
So even like, what's crazy is like, I was feeling in a funk pre-Tough Mudder.
Yes.
My funk started pre-Tough Mudder. And I
Like
was still
2 weeks before,
And
I'd
I was
say.
still on meds before Tough Mudder.
Yes.
Tough Mudder, I felt on top of the world.
Yes.
Felt fucking great going into the week. And then that week after Tough Mudder, I called into work twice.
Okay.
And then last week I called into work once.
Okay.
Because, no joke, so it's withdrawal of medication is a weird thing to describe.
I don't even know.
And
yeah.
it's so hard because this is the first time I've ever dealt with it.
for this specific.
I know
too.
it's not. And I've talked to my grandpa about it because he is on medication for like anxiety and stuff as well.
Really?
So we kind of
Okay.
we kind of connect on that. And I told him, hey, my medicine has ran out.
Yeah.
So my emotions, dude, they go. I feel. It's gonna seem insensitive to say this, but this is how I feel. I feel kind of bipolar
Okay.
because my emotions are so high and low.
Sure.
Like they're just swinging.
Sure.
And I can't control them. That's why I broke down in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's a big moment.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a big moment. Also, you're aware of the actual extremities of bipolar, but this is with your own.
Yeah, this is
with
my
your
own
aspect.
personal.
You
and-
can't picture more or less than this.
And
yeah.
it's freaking. I've been off it for almost 2 weeks now.
Sure.
So I'm slowly starting to stabilize again. But what sucks is once I get, it's going to be another week and a half. I mean, by the time you hear this, I might be back on medication, but
Sure.
it's going to be another week and a half till I get back on medication. And then medication takes fucking weeks to kick back in.
Right, like 2 or 3.
So
yeah. All right.
it's been a rough couple weeks.
So asking you an honest question right now, are you happy?
No.
Really, overall, right now, you aren't.
I mean, this has been a great, fun episode, and it's weird to
Yeah.
be depressing at the end.
No, it's not depressing. It's honest, though. I'm truly curious.
Well, dude, this is a question and a topic I had planned for last week's episode.
Okay.
But we went on tangents and had fun. That
Yeah.
I didn't bring it up. No joke, I have written in my notebook. Are you happy with who you are? That was a question I was going to bring up, and my answer is no.
With who you are.
Are you happy with who you are, or are you happy with yourself, or you know what I mean? Like, and my answer is no, and it's been no for since I can remember.
Sure. What would you change though?
That's the problem is I don't know.
Okay, so you can't like pinpoint.
And luckily, I'm going to therapy tomorrow, so I have a lot of shit to talk about.
Good, yeah.
And but here's like the thing is like there's a lot of shit. Like it'd be awesome. Like we talked about this when we were off mic. Like it'd be new job.
Yeah.
I think that might help. I think I just need a change. And then
Sure.
also like when we were in Chicago, like it was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then the drive back,
Yeah.
I got like really depressed, and
Really?
and I felt like I want to move to a different city. I
Yeah.
had that feeling
I've had that feeling before.
where I just want to, and like I don't know if maybe I want that feeling of a fresh start or
Sure.
a fresh, but then also the thought of that scares the fuck out of me.
No, a new city would not be good for you.
By yourself,
No, because you would literally lose all that you have.
and that's what sucks is like I have
You'd
all
have
these.
no podcast, no YouTube channel. That would be a bad
That's
idea.
doing good things. You know,
Yes.
we just talked about
Yeah.
$10,000 donating.
And then also Moist Monday
Yeah.
did nothing.
Oh,
Oh no, we donated. You donated $50.
Moist Monday Podcast donated $50. Did you like it? I did.
Yes, I did. I was so glad I was online for that because also I could comment funny shit about that. I was like, that did not come from Elysia. She hates kids and loves cancer.
Yeah, and you sent a photo of Hank to me, and it showed Wes, and he goes, "No, I listen." Yeah. No, he doesn't listen to the full thing.
I don't want him to.
Yeah, because you're the only one. You might be the only one I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
This is like, it's a weird like. And I text my boss. I feel like I'm this close to losing my job
Yeah.
because I missed 2 days of work,
Sure.
and then I missed the Tuesday after Labor Day.
Right.
But then I went on a walk. I was hoping to go on a big walk. I wanted to walk to the sculpture garden,
Sure.
but I didn't walk that far. I just walked to the park
Yeah.
that's near me, which is still kind of a walk. And then I journaled a little bit, but also like with these medications and this depression is like I'm not motivated at all. Like it's so hard for me to do anything.
Sure.
So hard for me to like. I just feel like nothing matters.
All right.
Like nothing like.
So I do have a question, and I don't know because I've never been on any sort of mental medication. Do you feel, because also I knew you in high school where
Yeah.
you would go to work every day, you would go to school every
Yeah, I
day.
used to be fucking.
Do
that-
you? I don't know if this is an inappropriate question at all, but like, do you feel like you rely on this medicine to fix you so much
Well, here's-
that the moment anything changes about it, you're like, oh, and then you consider it a write out.
You blame it on the medication.
You write it off.
I do.
I don't know if that's inappropriate
No.
for medicine overall.
But
I'm very curious about it.
a while ago, before all, I feel like my mental health kicked in later in life. Usually, mental health kicks in with people in high school
Sure.
or maybe younger. But I feel like I avoided it because my go-to thing with mental health is avoidance.
Yes.
So maybe that's why I just ignored
I
it.
mean, that's kind of your go-to for a lot.
And I talked to my grandpa.
Any social situation that you aren't excited for, you are very good at avoiding.
Is avoidance.
Yes.
And I talked to my grandpa about it because we're very similar.
Which I did not
But-
know,
but
knowing your
he-
grandpa.
But here's the weird part is when shit hits the fan for me, I shut down.
Yes.
And I avoid. When shit hits the fan for him, he gets fucking out aggressive. He
Okay.
yells at people. Because he was telling me, like, you know, he kind of missed a couple of days of medication, and then all of a sudden he started snapping at people, and he goes, I don't want to snap at people. It's just...
So where he is anger, you shut down.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
so we can kind of relate in that aspect because that's the way our mental health is.
Sure.
It's just, we react differently to situations.
Yeah.
But he's like...
two sides of the same
yeah,
coin.
Yeah. It's weird. So I definitely... When I texted my boss about it,
Yeah.
I definitely did use the excuse of withdrawal.
Sure.
But also calling in has been a common thing before.
Sure. But you knew that you could at least throw these off at this
Because
real thing.
it is definitely because this is a weird feeling that I've obviously had depression and anxiety before, and I've gone through waves and stuff, but this is like the most weirdest, longest wave I've gone through of ups and downs so quickly.
We're technically
like I'm going through like over the past this span. Let's say week and a half prior Tough Mudder to now.
You're technically killing it.
Tough Mudder. Yeah. Donated $10,000 to Georgia Canada. Like
insane.
All like there's all these fucking peaks, but then at the same time I feel like
do you think part of it
I feel like I'm nothing.
Do you think part of it's like you're going back to work and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
I think that might be.
You and I have talked about that.
I think that might be like I'm not passionate for what I do.
Yeah, you and I have
I'm
had
wasting my time doing this fucking job.
Well, like, I remember after like my big freak show performances where I'm texting you the next day, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing at work? Why? Literally hundreds of people were cheering for me last night. Why am I at this job right now? Is that like kind of what you're going through?
I mean, I don't think so, because like I've been in that experience, like playing live shows.
Yeah, and that's
and then going back to work and you go, yeah, it's a reality check.
Like, what the fuck am I here?
But then also like, I don't know, like I like building things. I like doing things with my hands, but then also like, I think I just need a change. I think I just need, because I've been doing the same basic schedule, same basic routine for fucking 4 to 5 years, and I think I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I can't do this forever. Yeah. And if I'm going to do this forever, I don't want to live.
Sure. I get that.
And this is going to sound dark.
What's the point of a pointless life?
Well, this is going to sound dark, and I'm not saying this as a joke, and I'm not saying this either as an extreme, like I'm going to do it, but I've been having suicidal thoughts.
I get that.
Like I'm not going to.
Yes, but they're there.
But they're there.
No,
and they've been there consistently, and I just keep going, what's the fucking point?
I've kind of hit those, like, I would call them like more like not like rope, like speed bumps of just like, how about you just die? You know?
Yeah, like why don't you just
you hated today. You did nothing today. Why are you alive? I get that. I've felt
that. This is a feeling I've had for probably over a month now.
I've had that for the past few weeks, honestly.
But I came and you were writing today.
Yeah. No.
When I see you writing,
do you know when I started writing?
But when I see you writing though, that makes me happy for you.
Do you know when I started writing?
Because you don't write that often.
I wrote when you texted me you were on your way. I was like, I got to do something. I did nothing today.
So I inspired you.
In a way.
I'm glad that you are writing though, because I feel like when you don't write, you're in a funk.
Yeah, no, for sure. I hate myself when I didn't get anything done. Because I called into work this week.
You called into work. Was Saturday?
Yes.
Because you said you got it off.
I got it off. Yeah. So I felt really shitty on Friday, and the issue with my job right now is if you feel shitty at work, you still have to run a 12K or a 15K.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
I ran 10 miles feeling like shit. Where I was feeling,
and then you do it slowly, so your day goes fucking forever.
Yeah, so I texted my boss like, "Hey, I'm feeling dizzy and disoriented. I don't feel safe here." And they're like, "We'll send someone your way." So someone came and took 20 stops off me, which is like an hour's of work. So I still worked.
Oh, that happened on Friday?
Yeah. And then because I texted my boss for the next day, I was like, "Hey, I'm not feeling good. I don't feel safe behind the wheel." He was like, "All right, I'll put you on call." And then no one called the next day, so I was like, "Fuck it." Took it off.
I mean, and then you got day drunk.
Yeah, and it was great, and I needed it. I needed to donate some money. I needed to have fun that day. I wrote 5 pages that day.
Was Izzy available? Did she work?
Yeah, she worked, but I still fucked her around. Then I texted her.
She was
whenever,
there.
Yeah.
Wasn't she there Saturday night?
Yeah, she worked till like 2.
Yeah, because I think she came in late to the live stream, which was cool.
Yeah,
that's another thing that I feel like maybe I need in my life is a day off. Or a day, but here's the problem.
I get bummed when you take a night off and you text me about the podcast.
But here's the problem is I can't. I need a day off, but I can't do it. So if I take a day off, like literally the days when I called into work.
Yeah.
You know what I did? Nothing.
Sure.
Slept all day, which makes you feel worse.
Yep.
Which is my avoidance mechanism.
Yep.
But that's how and then even when I have a night off, like I think last week we took Wednesday night off of the channel.
Okay.
Which was nice. I did a little bit of work on the podcast.
Sure.
But then I did nothing, and like I have a to-do list, and like I have shit that I need to get done.
Sure.
But I'm so busy with my schedule that I put it off because I'm like, I don't have time to do this. And now I have a night off and I don't do any of it because I don't have time to do nothing.
I get that.
You know what I mean? And then it's just double-edged sword where it just keeps circulating, and I I feel like I need a drastic change.
What could that change be?
And I don't know what that's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
Is I don't know what that change is, but I feel like because I'm going,
get
I
that,
feel like
though.
I'm going insane, and I feel like, I don't know, like what started, I think it was the weekend of Tough Mudder when I started calling into work. The night before Sunday night, I was feeling good. Tough Mudder, I felt great.
Yeah.
But then I felt depressed too because, I don't know, I just wish I had someone also to experience that with.
Okay.
Like a significant other.
Okay.
Which has also been a big deal for me, like a loneliness issue.
Sure.
But then also...
Loneliness issue is also a time issue.
Which also, like, I've had people willing to be a part of this, but then I say, hey, I don't have time for you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's my decision.
It's a weird situation.
But then also, I had, like, weird anxiety dreams that I've never had before about work and losing my job.
Sure.
And, like, all this stuff, which up to that point I hadn't called in for a while. And I was feeling good I was going through a peak and valley real quick.
Yeah.
And I was dreaming about it and sweating. I was having sweat anxiety dreams.
I hate sweat
So then I
dreams.
called in because I didn't sleep at all. So then I slept all day.
So self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just, but it was like I literally didn't sleep because I just kept waking up in a panic all the time.
Gotcha.
Did not sleep. And it's like where did that come from? I think it might have been around that point is when I stopped taking medication.
Sure.
I don't know if it happens that quickly, but...
So if I was you, I would hopefully put it on that. For now, at least. Just be like, hey, I'm going to get this back.
That's what I'm trying to do. And
just for now, for at least call it a fucking pipe dream. Just be like, hey, it will get better for this.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then we'll work on it then.
And
but
luckily, I do have therapy tomorrow because
Yeah.
I reached out and I scheduled it for tomorrow because
Good.
last week
That's a good idea.
I was like, hey, I need therapy.
Something,
I need. So I scheduled it for tomorrow. Probably a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting. I have all these feelings that I don't know how to express.
Sure.
But with no answers or no thoughts on how to change them. And even if you give me a thought to change them, I'll probably keep doing the same thing.
Probably make an excuse. Yeah, I get that.
Because I've been doing this because I'm in such a routine.
Sure.
And I think it's the routine that maybe is fucking me up.
Sure.
Like, I think I journaled. This is a weird thing, but I'm kind of jealous of it. So we had a really good conversation. It was either on the way or after Tough Mudder.
Okay.
You and I talking about you went on self trips.
Yes.
You went on trips by yourself.
I used to do that, yes. I would used to go drive up to Colorado.
And
It
that
was like
really got me, I think that really got me thinking.
So my old routine used to be I would drive to Colorado, which was like a 10-hour drive. If I got off work early from my first job, it was my first adult job with my college degree. I still lived at home.
Yeah.
And if I got off early and I had a 2.5 day weekend, I would drive to Colorado. I would drive there, find a healthy place to eat, and then sleep in my car. And the next day I would spend all day hiking.
Yeah.
Just as a personal achievement. I would do like Pikes Peak or what is it called? Like Garden of the Gods or whatever.
Yeah, I think something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I would do that until I got bored or tired or whatever. And I'd go and I'd start driving back to Iowa and then sleep in my car when I got tired. And then come Sunday, I would drive home and make it.
How do you do that alone? I think that's the start of. I journaled this while we were driving back.
Yeah.
From Chicago. Is like I don't know how to do things alone.
Sure.
And I think that is equally depressing as it is maybe a challenge,
like a building process,
a building block. So maybe I bring that up tomorrow in therapy. Like,
is it you don't know how to do things alone, or you don't know how to appreciate things alone?
Maybe it's appreciation.
Do you think you can, like, if you went hiking alone, do you think you could look at certain situations and be like, oh, those are great without the idea of you turning towards another person and be like, this is great?
I need the appreciation.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you remember, like, that's how I am on, like, the Tough Mudder course. I go, like,
we did
look,
it.
I just kept going, like, look at this.
Yeah.
Like, I keep.
But do you not think you can do that alone?
But I think I'm saying it out loud to you to acknowledge it so that I can acknowledge it. I think I need that sub or that second person to be like, this is great, to someone else to feed it to me.
So with that, I
don't believe it.
So with that, I would say tell it to the void. That's something I did for a lot of me, like figuring out who I was.
That's so scary to me.
But like,
And also, like, I
you
feel
know
like
what you like. You'll agree with yourself if you're like, oh shit, this is cool. Say it out loud.
and I know it's cool, and like
That's why I say
say
it out loud.
And I love nature, and like, but I also like this happens all the time when I do happy things or exciting things, like the Tough Mudder weekend.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was awesome.
Mhm.
But I wish I had a partner with me
Okay.
because like Izzy was there,
Sure.
and I wish I just had another person so we could, you know what I mean? Or like,
Sure.
it's hard to explain. Or like when I go to like a family reunion,
Okay.
it's a great freaking week family reunion.
Yes.
But then like sometimes I'm just wish like, oh, when I'm driving back, I could be with my partner at the time and
Sure.
and be like, oh, let's talk about that story or that, you know what I mean? Like, and like I can
Okay.
reminisce with somebody. Obviously, I can reminisce with you about the Tough
Right.
Mudder weekend.
Yeah. But I get why that's different.
But then obviously it's different because you guys also have your own. Like sometimes you
Yeah.
guys go do your own thing.
Sure.
And that's
Yes.
fine.
Right. I mean, it's to be expected.
Yeah, but like I think I'm just.
So you
that's equally part of it. Is like I want.
So
but
do you
that's-
want to
but
get more comfortable with yourself, or do you want to find another person?
I think it's a 50-50. I gotta be more comfortable with myself and happy with myself.
Sure.
Before because then if I can become happy with me,
Yes.
then I can really appreciate moments with somebody else
That makes sense.
instead of just relying on somebody else to be happy.
Sure.
And I think that's always been who I am.
Yeah.
I'm always it's a weird thing, and like, I don't know. I'm almost 28 and it's
Yeah.
fucking freaking me out too.
Sure, I get that. I will always suggest, as long as you're safe, taking trips by yourself and doing stuff by yourself.
That just scares the fuck out of me.
Well, that could be as little as going to a local park and just walking around. I mean, like when you say you want to walk to like the sculpture garden that we have, but
I
you
didn't
say
even make it that far.
yeah, make sure you do, because that's
Sculpture garden it is really cool, but then I also like I look around and I just go, I want to experience it with somebody. I want to have that experience with somebody.
Sure, which like I don't know how to get rid of that.
I don't know how to
like
I don't know how to transition and shift and make it into a
publicly journaling is something I did when I lived by myself. I would go to that sculpture garden and I would sit down and I would write.
Yeah.
And that would help.
It does.
And I would like notice people and try to appreciate them as people from afar, that kind of thing. But also like me traveling by myself is so different than me now. And so that's like an interesting thing for me to look back on.
But I feel like you did that and that was such a good, you didn't know at the time, but that was such a good growth.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm kind of jealous because have you ever gone to a restaurant by yourself? Have you ever gone to a sit down restaurant by yourself?
Not
I would feel
super fancy. I would go to like I've been to like medium levels.
like, what do you like?
Not all right. I don't think I've ever had a waiter talk to me by myself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
like if someone serves you.
I don't think so.
There's people that do that.
Yeah, no, that seems odd to me. With that, all I can
But
think
the
of
thought
is like
that makes me freak out.
so.
But can you imagine being that self? Like I would, even if I get to a dinner early and I'm meeting somebody,
I fucking hate it.
I hate it. And I go, please show up soon. Please show up
I get
soon because
that.
I feel like a fucking idiot.
So with that, the only way I think I could like evolve into that is if I brought a book that if anyone asked me about, I could brag about.
So then that's like coffee shop type thing.
Yes, I've done that. That's the closest I can think of.
But then that also feels fake.
Yeah. I also was fake a lot of the time.
Fake it till you make it.
I had preambled ideas to talk about with somebody where if I thought about if someone approached me, this is what I could start with, and that could lead into a conversation that I could control. I would do that to start things. I would have an exit plan of conversations with everybody I talk to. I would have an idea of how I could circulate stories into being like, oh, yeah, I'm cool and you'll like me. I would do all of that all of the time. I've always done that.
So that's anxiety, I think, or the
I never know because like I know
Also, I don't even know exactly what depression and anxiety is. Such a fucking broad term.
So with me, I've always said I don't have depression and I don't have anxiety.
You have anxiety attacks.
I've had things to be anxious about, and I've had the extremes of things that have caused anxiety attacks.
But you don't have it every day.
I don't think I do.
No, I think for the most part you're pretty good.
I think I'm pretty set on most of those things, but I've experienced enough shit that I've been like, oh, this was bad. Like I've wanted to kill myself. I've openly planned on it before.
Yeah.
And certain situations brought me there, and certain situations brought me out.
Brought you out of there.
And I think all of them were appropriately titled as situations.
That's what's so weird. Is I like. It's a weird thing to talk about because people take it in extreme, and obviously it is an extreme topic.
Yes, but also
because
it's
life and death.
But also it's
also
an everyday occurrence, and we need to be open about
It's
them.
an everyday thing, and like it's a tough thing because like if I were to bring up, like say for example, I brought it up on the podcast, but if I were to bring up like I've been having thoughts of suicide, but I'm not taking.
Yes, that doesn't mean you're gonna kill.
But
yourself.
if I bring it up in therapy, she'll call somebody.
Seriously.
Maybe not her because she's super cool and she knows me, but I feel like that's the thing because that is such a scary thing to deal with. You don't want it because it's you know what I mean? It's a tough, it's a scary thing. And like, I've lost a lot of people. So have you to
Yes.
suicide. Brought up my buddy Miko earlier. Like but then I also deal with those thoughts. Like it's like a fucking, if it ended, it'd be so easy, dude. If it just ended.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't have to deal with anything.
But like
anymore.
Yeah, I mean the idea I always
like right now, like nothing. Obviously, I'm doing things like this
that you enjoy.
I'm doing things like this. I enjoy, and I enjoy doing YouTube. But then, like the fucking like,
it's the dumb little shit.
It's the dumb little shit where I'm just like, I'm fucking tired of this fucking shit. I don't want to do this anymore.
Because my biggest issue is like just looking around and be like, what am I doing? Why am I here? What is happening? Like,
that's how I feel. Fucking like. That's how I feel when I wake up in the morning. That's how I feel when I'm on my work. That's how I feel when I'm at work. So maybe if I got a job change or like, you know, I need something to change.
Yeah, because the issue is just a change is never, or it's not always better.
No, it's not, and it could just be a temporary fix, and then you go back to feeling the same way at a different job and be like, God, I wish I had my old job. Why'd I quit my fucking job?
Yeah, but also like a temporary fix, you still get the temporary fix, which is great, especially if we're talking about suicidal ideas. Like,
and I just want to let everybody know it's not.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill yourself.
I'm not acting on it. I don't own. I own a fucking BB gun. You know,
it's just like the idea.
I haven't thought of ways to. I just go like I keep thinking of the idea of like, what if I was dead right now?
Yeah, like what if I didn't? Yeah, it's not like the idea of wanting to die. It's like, well, what if I didn't do this?
Yeah, what if I just was gone and then
didn't have to worry about shit.
And then it didn't matter anymore.
And I understand the release of that.
Yeah.
And like I think everyone does. And that doesn't mean you're gonna kill yourself.
It's a tough thing to talk about because it's an extreme.
But it's a thing to talk about because it's not always extreme.
And I feel like it's a common thing that a lot of people go through. They go because everyday tasks become mundane,
monotonous. Yeah.
And people, even if you don't have extreme depression or anxiety, you you don't have like the everyday shit like I do. You've still gone through it. Like it's like
for sure.
It's a common thing that I feel like most people have at least, even if they won't admit it, they've at least thought of the idea of it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like,
because it's an idea.
When I say like I don't think I have depression, but like if I'm driving on the interstate, I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to drive into that wall.
To drive into that wall.
Yeah. No.
Or to fucking jump out of that window.
And that's just like the call of the void kind of idea.
It's basically like just your subconscious throwing out ideas, which does all the time.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you latch onto them and you go.
Well, because also remember, your thoughts aren't the voices you make; it's just the voices you hear.
Yeah,
they don't define you,
and that's not who you are.
Yeah, no, you just hear.
But when you have depression and anxiety, those are the
line blurs.
Those are the voices you hear a lot.
Well, when you also cut out other people, that's all you've got.
And I definitely like when my way of dealing with this shit is
cut off people.
I cut off people and I self-isolate, and I didn't tell you any of this shit for 2.5 weeks. And like, yeah, it's just.
No, but I don't fucking blame you for that idea.
It's just, I don't know what to do.
But like, the fact is, like, you just gotta keep doing shit and figure it out eventually.
It's so like.
But you're gonna keep doing shit. You're gonna.
I know,
you can try to switch a job. That might help. But
I've been
also
thinking about it because like also like my job is fine, but like management fucking sucks.
Yeah,
and like that. I think that one of my good coworkers that's who trained me left because of management. He was there for 20 years.
Yeah, it's always rough.
It's fucking a train wreck, and everybody every day complains about management.
Gotcha. I mean, that's how my job is.
You know what I mean?
Now,
every day, everybody I talk to talks about, and it's just like. But then also at the same point, I feel guilty because I've called in so much, so they've and they've been lenient for me. So it's like I feel like I owe them.
Sure.
But then also, who cares?
I mean, I fucking get that. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. This episode took a depressing turn.
It sure did, bud.
But it's a real honest turn.
No, I'm not upset with what you've said, nor have I been upset with what I like. We've been honest to each other.
And this has been a long
Moist
episode.
Monday, a celebratory and depressing.
2.5 hours.
Holy shit!
I mean, maybe a little cuts here and there. But
Right? Yeah.
2+ hour.
Man, this is what gin does to us.
Makes us fucking. I mean, I've been depressed before I drank.
And we had
gin.
fun earlier.
Yeah. But we probably should end it.
I think so too, bud.
Should we end it on a joke?
All right, do you got one?
No.
Oh shit! All right. Oh, I have a joke that it's an original joke that I believe I wrote.
An original thought. Okay.
I've Googled it and haven't found it. What do you yell at a Donner pool party?
What?
Cannibal.
Cannibal.
And there's an original joke for you.
Dude, that's actually. I remember when you texted me that. That's.
I was so excited
that's
when
a
I
good-
wrote that
that's
joke.
That's a
yeah.
good joke.
Yes.
Well, this has been the Moist Monday podcast all over the board. Started off super excited, super freaking drunk. We had a little bit of the Izzy insight.
Yeah, we've got some highs and lows in there.
But I feel like this episode is a good representation of life.
Of who we are, to be honest.
Because
I think we reached all of us.
Yeah.
Or like you and I have been
I started off
portrayed in a
earlier
full.
with a lot of dumb dad jokes.
You sure did, bud.
And now I'm freaking talking about thoughts of suicide.
You sure did.
But that's
bud.
real life.
Yeah.
Because those thoughts were always there.
No, and honestly, I'm immensely proud of what you've accomplished this past week.
And
I don't want you to overlook that.
What's
or
weird is
I
like-
want you to truly consider of the accomplishment of what you've done this past
What's
week.
weird is like when you texted me like that you were proud of me when this like fundraiser shit went on.
Right when it
I almost started crying.
Sure.
And like I don't know why.
Because that's a real accomplishment.
Because maybe I don't feel that way inside.
I assume it was weird in there, like in that room. Just also with you and Wes's energy is so
and then
different.
Wes hugged me,
Yeah.
and like I let go, and he kept hugging.
And then like you guys signed off. And so like for me as a viewer, you're like, huh, they did it.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just weird. I've been through a lot of peaks and valleys,
Yeah. No, and
I just feel like I'm in a valley still.
sure.
With
I'm
I'm in a valley.
I'm
I'm in a valley with massive peaks that most people would be on cloud 9 with.
Sure. And I don't know how to recommend that shit. Talk to your therapist about that.
And it's a weird, like, I don't know what, that's what's going to be weird about therapy is I don't know. These are things I've talked about and complained about before in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either,
But I do know what the listener should do.
Jesus Christ.
This is,
What's that?
is follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
For all this fun content.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Or if you hate the fucking depressing shit, rate us 1 star. Who cares?
Or just email us.
I would love if our score went to 4.9. Because that's realistic. Come on.
That's realistic.
Yeah, 4.9 is realistic.
We're a 3.5 podcast at best.
If we get a 3.5 rating,
I'd be bummed.
no.
What?
But after overall having a 10 plus, and then like that means we're getting ratings.
That's fair. Either way, I would just like people to
send us
let
an
us
email.
know that they listen.
Send us an email at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, I don't really know where to go right now.
And that's okay, bud. So we're going to go forward. We're on to episode 36 next.
Yep. Keep putting your foot in front of the other foot, and
That's all you can do at this
even if
point.
you don't like it, it is what it is.
Also, like, you're aware that eventually you will. You know that. Piece of shit.
It's tough for me to admit that because it's been a while.
Sure. And it will, like, it can be a while. And eventually it's just not. I mean, because the thing is, like, you're sad until you aren't.
Yeah, but
And that's how it always
But the problem
is.
with me is I know it will come back.
Sure. And it always will. But then that doesn't change the fact that you're sad until you aren't. Because
It's a negative mindset.
with an underlying truth of happiness.
But real quick before we leave,
Yes.
this is a depressive thought I had.
Jesus Christ.
No, but this is a positive thought, and you will appreciate this.
Okay.
I talked about this last couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Is I'm thinking about getting a bunch of smaller tattoos,
Yes.
and I'd love to start getting tattoos.
Yes.
But I was thinking about splitting my body up.
Okay.
So like, my left arm would be positive.
Yes.
My left arm, because I have a smiley face tattoo. I have my cross tattoo. I want to get flowers. On my left wrist, I want to get PMA, positive mental attitude. But then I was thinking, on my right arm, maybe that's the negative arm. So then I'm thinking that's where I get the sad tattoo.
Yeah.
With the umbrella, and then maybe that's where I get like the depression. So then like this arm over here maybe eventually will be all colorful and like fucking, and so then it kind of describes how I feel all the time.
The duality of Robert.
The duality of me, but it's realistic because that's how I am.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I can be fucking happy while sad.
And either way, it's okay.
Yeah, and I just think that'd be a cool way to kind of express myself and also let out pain, like getting pain. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know. It was just an idea I had. I wrote it down in my notes because I got to think of more depressing tattoos.
Don't reach for depressing tattoos.
Maybe just a razor.
Jesus Christ.
I did think about that.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We were the Moist Monday podcast. Thank you for celebrating every Monday's holiday with us as a Moist Monday.
Yeah, we appreciate you listening to no matter what day it is.
Keep it moist out there.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Even though shit got fucking dark.
I love you, bud.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
God damn, I smacked myself in the eye with the bagpipe. Yeah, that fucking hurt.